welcome to the URL, episode 208, and in today we have Janice, Warren Dancy, the War Minstrel, yes! So, we are CLOWNFEST Day 5, CLOWNFEST 7 Day 5, and it is the URL this evening. There are 20-some tracks within the thread tonight, so it'll be a nice short show, thank God. I didn't finish yesterday till 2:30, and that was horrific. Why have you moved? That's better. So this is a track by Paul Flanger, I believe his artist name is, and this will be the URL's new theme tune.
Yeah, fucking had enough of mine, haven't you?
you actually did,
I know when I'm unwanted.
You did that midpoint rewind in that track.
Midpoint rewind?
Midpoint rewind.
What was that?
Where the track finishes and you just start it again. Midpoint rewind.
Oh,
from,
yeah.
People just do nothing.
Yeah, that's right, yeah. Just start again, like, people just never know, do they?
So yeah, if you could give me some feedback on the sound, people, that would be awesome. And whether you can hear all of us this evening.
Testing, 1 2 1 2.
You've got such the sweetest voice, softest voice.
That's because I haven't been in the field smoking weed.
Yeah,
You've heard me afterwards, haven't you?
I like this. Yeah, it's cool.
Very good, yeah. Reminds me of like some kind of 1970s kids TV show thing. You know?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, like Trumpton or something.
And there we go. So bad my internet is at the moment.
Don't worry about seeing it. We need to see it.
It sounds like
Let them see
the
it.
game where the ducks go past and you have to shoot them.
Oh yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Okay, so welcome to the party. Benjamin Galaquenta Sorson, Marios Lucas, Rabid Bat, Synth Texture, Tom Hillgrove, Point 2, Voradroid, Jonathan R. Cross, The Mormon, Claire Callahan, Jonathan, I've already said that, Dean Daughters, Morgan Juniper, Tony Duncan, Demolition. God, there's loads of you in the place tonight. Absolutely welcome. Absolutely welcome.
Proper.
Right, so I just want to say to Warren and Jen, thank you so much for taking the time out of your Christmas holidays to come and do this, to make this a more interesting URL than me just saying stick a big kick drum on it and chuck a 303 line over it. Hopefully you're going to get producer advice.
See how many people I can offend today.
Jen, I'm sure you can do that.
Yeah.
I'm sure
I
you
have
can
3
do
people watching my set tomorrow. You watch.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to kick off straight away with the first track in the thread. Oh, that's not good. That's the wrong way around. You've done this wrong. Oh, no. There we go. And first up we have... Oh, it's Actionless Lovers. There we go.
Grand Theft Auto.
If it is Grand Theft Auto,
It's not.
it looks like it's Polish style.
I think it is anyway.
NPC Live 1 Force.
I like this.
Actionless Lovers joined us about 3-4 months ago with Eric Lewin's challenge and has put in every show since.
Nice.
Really, every show.
Yeah, literally every show since.
It's giving David Jason Johnson money.
Yeah, isn't he? No, I've noticed that David's he stopped putting tracks into the URL. He'll put one in out of the 6 that he's made that week, you know?
The spray come off that car in front of the snow. Hardcore driving.
Yeah.
Looks like a cape on the video as well. Sorry I keep mentioning the video, but it's good though. The car chase.
I can't see the video, so I'm too old.
If only I could get you a closer.
Thing moving over there.
Oh, right.
Usually that would be over there so you guys could see it, but my phone is now dangling out the window.
Drifted in the snow.
Apparently, the NFA travelling ban says, can you ask Warren, next time he beams Doghouse down, can you include his clothes?
What?
Yeah. Did you...
Can you, next time he beams Doghouse down, can you include his... I don't understand what you mean. What, is who's left what clothes?
Yeah, who's left what clothes?
Because I came in everything nice. I walked in with what I stood up in.
Yeah, and I wore it for the entire...
And that was it. And then I went home in the same shit. Can you include it? Next time he beams Doghouse down, is that like a euphemism, is it?
I think so, yeah.
Can you include his clothes? Yeah, I'll beam his clothes down as well. Promise.
NFA travelling ban, we need some confirmation on whatever that means.
Get someone to proofread it.
Oh, hang on.
And resend it. But yeah, it's nice to sit here from you, Steve. Nice there, mate. Yeah, this is good. I like this.
It's got a lot of variation in it. It's interesting.
I reckon they have more fun in Poland, you know? Us! They've got guns guns and stuff and the, you know, shooting ranges, and we don't.
Hardship.
Yeah.
Shitty lives, don't we?
We do.
Stay well off. Hardship.
This is true. You just shattered my image, Jen. Thanks.
I mean, it's a skin place with guns, isn't it?
Yeah.
Surely that sounds like a place we want to go, right?
I don't know, we're in a nice comfy bedroom. It's a cold place with guns. That's nice.
Non-corrupt police. Very
I
good.
think we really like
yeah,
that.
I like that. I really like that. It had that that kind of like, you know, Eastern European sound to it, you know, in a kind of good way, but it also had the, I don't know, kind of like a proper rave. It's like what I just call general rave music, you know.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't. If I heard that at a warehouse party in 1996, I wouldn't have.
I've been dancing.
I'd have been up there still.
Yeah.
Going, give it some.
Had something funky in it as well.
Yeah.
Bassline was cool.
Exactly, but it was melodic as well, which is a bit cheeky. You know, so I'm not into melodics normally with techno, but that was quite a cheeky one, so it counts. It's okay if you put plenty of cheese in it.
It works.
It works loads. You just got to put more cheese. You don't be old back. Just put all the cheese in.
All the cheese. Did you see La Fromage's set last night?
Yes, that was amazing. Yeah, that was good. I was watching. I'll get on the chat. I'll tell everyone, right? Okay, when I get on the chat on YouTube, I'll go like, "Hey, look, it's URL or whatever, or it's the CLOWNFEST," and I'll go chat, and then I'll sit back and listen to music, and the computer key was all the way over there, and it's really uncomfortable. I'm on a nice, comfy sofa watching the telly, so I can't chat from there. And I'm looking at my phone now. I'm old, so I can't do that. So I am there looking and thinking of you all, but.
Well, that's how I think people use the URL.
I will sit back. I know you lot of you carry on all night going.
Yeah. No, if it was me,
all right, Stick, how you going, man?
I'd wait till the next day and then play it in the kitchen as I was at work. You know, 4 hours of you know, keeps you entertained.
Exactly.
We just live on our own and like the chat.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know.
House all day.
There you go. So we're all different.
Weekly therapy for the weird kids. What can I say? Actionless Lovers. I'm going to give you a full 808 on that one. I think that was a great way to start this show off. Had attitude, rolled along nicely, grit, funk. Yeah, I think we all really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'll give that an 8.5. Actually, go a bit higher than that. I just had it all going on. You know, and it's nice to hear music, regional music. You know, that sounds like where it's from as well. You know, instead of people trying to copy stuff that isn't, you know, just to sort of fit in. Fucking don't fit in, man, to be used.
Yeah, I agree.
Let everyone else be everyone else.
Yeah, I think
this is a nice bit of sax.
So we're all around about the same scores on that one.
I think I know this sample. That sounds a bit like...
I should move.
I know that.
This. No, not that.
God, where do I recognise that woodwindy thing? Is it like a sax, isn't it?
That'd be nice with Mrs.
I don't think it's good. Yeah, I think it is. No, she's not into that. She's more into like Robbie Williams and twee stuff like that. But no, that sounds like it's not John Coltrane, but it's a bit basic. It might be part of it.
And I just want to say that we have a bottle of Bollinger that was donated by Dominic Hawkins, which we will be cracking open later. He sent it to me in that care package when I had COVID. It's like, that's
what you need.
Very ambitious, mate.
Yeah. 2 paracetamol and codeine, 2 Nurofen and a bottle of that, and you'll be sorted. And that'll be it, gone. See ya.
Okay, so Stevie Overend, all the way from Ireland. You can catch him live.
Blade Runner's sick. Maybe it's Blade Runner, I don't know.
He writes all that kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
He loves that stuff. Evangelist.
This is kind of Evangelist, I suppose, in a way.
Fucking
Evangelist? Evangelist or Evangelist?
Tosser.
Evangelist, isn't it? Tosser. Is it Tosser or Toser? Toser.
But it's very, very spacey. It's spaced out.
Evangelist. You're Evangelist. You're Evangelist. What's up?
And we're going from one end of the spectrum to the other.
This is nicely done.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Always is with Steve. Always is with Steve.
This is Stevie.
Yeah.
Oh, right, yeah, right, Steve. He's done some good stuff. The first time we heard him do was a Prodigy cover, and it was absolutely exactly like the Prodigy track he was trying to do. I can't remember which one it was now.
Out fair bit.
It was like with hardware, just, you know, wow. not?
It was good live at the castle. I was really impressed with it.
The system that night was kind to Stevie. To the rest of us, it hated us, but to Stevie, it worked so well.
Well, Nick, one of your Rizzlers. That's a right.
You're liking this one, aren't you?
Yeah, it's really, considering it's musical rather than just noises, it's well put together.
But it's still that 303 there, isn't there? All mono synths going squelchy, in there, you know, so, which we're kind of, but then there's a lot of tracks with that now, isn't there? There are a lot of stuff. Did you ever listen to Radio 6? No, that's like, do you? Yeah.
This reminds me of the kind of synth you get in a John Grant song.
Oh yeah, I like John Grant. Yeah. He's quite an accomplished pianist as well, isn't he?
He's what?
He's quite an accomplished pianist, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's
as well as being like an electronica type dude.
I think he's classically qualified.
Yeah, oh right. Yeah, he's good on his own, like. What's that one I like? Winona Ryder, that's a good one. That's my favourite one of his. Is that one?
Yeah, I've got his album.
Yeah.
It's not there. All his albums.
I go all of them on vinyl.
He's probably my favourite artist, actually.
Yeah. Who's I on the radio tonight? Anthony and the Johnsons. Anthony, do you know Anthony and the Johnsons? This song he did, Blind, by someone in chat knows it. By Blind, with the lead singer Anthony from Anthony and the Johnsons. Hell of a tune. Yeah, I love that. That's really good. You could eat a meal with that, couldn't you? Do you know what I mean? My wife would listen to that and not really like bat an eyelid, and then I'd chuck some gabber on and she'd cry. But yeah, that's nice.
It's beautiful. I really like that.
If you're into food,
I like a bit of John Coltrane.
Buy some Stevie Overend stuff.
Yeah, honestly, is that John Coltrane, Steve? Is it? I don't know. That sample of the sax, because I know Stevie don't play a sax. Well, might be letting people know that. That's lush.
So, Stevie, Warren wants to know if that is sampled sax and where it is from.
Yeah.
Stevie, sound lovely, but just literally it passed me by. And unfortunately...
That's what some music's supposed to do, though. It's supposed to just like float about in the background, not bother you too much and not aggravate you.
I don't know when I'd listen to it, though.
When you want something to not aggravate you. When you're in a sort of like, you know...
I don't know. That's exactly the kind of thing you would have heard on one of those Ministry Chill Out albums.
Yep.
I thought that was beautiful, and I'd have given that
lovely.
A 9, personally.
Wow.
Yeah, definitely. I'd give that a 9 too.
Really good.
Wow.
The production was nice.
I like jazz.
All on point.
Whole
as a piece of work, for me, it just kind of misses me by. So my score is going to be somewhere near a 7.
So there was melodies in there.
So it's all different.
Yeah,
to complete after 32 bars.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Stevie's a great musician, a wonderful, wonderful fellow as well, you know. But yeah, I don't like soft music.
Yeah.
You're into your reggae, aren't you? I can't fucking stand reggae.
Yeah, I like reggae.
Yeah. And
you never been to a blues? You never been to a blues then? You never been to a reggae blues? With people playing key rings over microphones going and rewinding stuff like so you can hear it again.
No, that would be horrific.
No?
That would be horrific.
Well, you haven't lived, mate.
I haven't. Well, I have.
How can you come from Bristol and not been to a blues, honestly, Mark?
I probably have, but, you know...
By accident, like, oh my God, I'm in a blues.
Turned my nose up at it and wandered out the other way.
Dance hall, what can I...
In fairness, you are quite close-minded.
Oh, I am.
You don't even like
yeah, you are, yeah.
137, is it, or something?
Yeah, I don't go below 147, ideally.
Whoa.
That's too slow, although I'm doing a couple of tracks here tomorrow.
Do you like High State of Consciousness by Joss Wink?
I do, I do.
Yeah, but that's slow, that's back in 26.
I was like 18 when he released that, and that was okay at that point. And then things moved on. And there's no distortion in it.
You're just in a hurry now, aren't you?
I am in a hurry, yeah. I don't do anything slowly.
That's what they all say.
But okay, Marius, your track is not next, it's one after next. Next up, we've got some Rancid Poets who played on Christmas Day, which ended up being Boxing Day.
So this sounds like Insta sounds like Jean-Michel Jarre.
We're in for Evangelist, Jean-Michel Jarre kind of day then, are we?
Yeah, I think so.
Stevie says that track was 70 BPM, not Mark's BPM. No, it's like at least half the BPM.
Exactly. 70's good. 70 BPM's like reggae and stuff, isn't it?
Who's that?
Tony Duncan, Rancid Poets. Yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely Jean-Michel Jarre if you made downbeat techno.
Tony likes a lot of
do you like
stuff, doesn't he?
Yeah, I do like Jean-Michel Jarre.
That kind of feel to it.
That's like
the electronic stuff he's into.
Yeah. Well, even as punks, you know, we go back to my mate's singer in the band, Andy, or Slob as we call him, and listen to Crass and like Jean-Michel Jarre, Equinox, and all that shit as well.
I like Jean-Michel.
Yeah, it's amazing. I do like Equinox the most, I think. You don't like it? It's clever, man.
I don't like it.
And it was recorded live. There was no sequencing. It was just some arpeggios and that, obviously, but and drum machines. But
This is produced nice.
This is nice.
Very clear. It sits well.
yeah, that kit's nice. That kit sounds real.
Beautiful.
Not like real, like a real kit. Something that's in the room with you, like it's like right there.
Slightly clicky.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, it's got that click element.
Claire, who did you see in London?
Jean-Michel Jarre, I bet.
Ah, yeah, probably.
Yeah. Was that when he had that round keyboard thing that went right round in the cycle?
With the lights.
Yeah. Oh no, he put his Alice level on it. Yeah, the light ones. That was that. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I understand his place in music, and he is very, forefront of it back then.
You just don't like French people, do you?
I just don't like slow music. Just don't like slow music.
Right. It's French people.
Yes, Jesus, I've read your comment 3 times now. You can stop sending it.
Hey Mark, link to my tune. Oh yeah, link to my tune broken.
3rd time.
Yeah. You can't blame him though. I mean, like, you know, when you're on like the outside internet trying to get into a chat on live YouTube, it's difficult. You know?
I can't even do it.
Yeah, the strings are good.
I don't know why. I kind of assumed Rancid Poets would have some kind of speaking in it.
Yeah.
Since I heard them,
maybe it's so rancid that
someone speaking or doing lyrics in it somewhere.
Yeah.
The set that he played on Boxing Day was screaming out for vocals. I played Us Two before him, and because the vocals were there, it was full and it was a complete package. I'm listening to Tony and I'm like, this needs spoken word all over it, the whole thing.
As soon as you said that, I thought of that band, Radical Dance Faction.
Ah, yeah.
And they're like a really tight reggae band with beautiful singing that, and over the top of it they've got one singer who he does poetry, and he just speaks poetry.
Mumbles it.
Yeah. And it's I won't go as far as to say that, but he's quite laid back.
Very.
But yes, but it works because he's kind of like, he pulls it back. He's got that kind of drag on the band, which makes it a bit more dread.
This is really nice, but I'd like some words over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would as well.
That's the one thing
because of the poets.
And the structure as well.
It's like a misnomer, isn't it?
It's got almost chords, choruses and verses in.
Yeah. I totally agree. It's still getting an 8 regardless.
I think it's great. Yeah,
I give it an 8 just because of the synthwave quality of it. I hate the word synthwave. That's bollocks, man, isn't it? It's just music made with synthesizers, we used to call it in the 80s.
I got kind of shut myself off to genres. They bore me. Hearing about genres.
Yeah, I don't like it.
I don't care. It's just music, and I either like it or I don't. And I know it helps describe music, but when it gets subdivided into the degree, I think it's a bit.
I didn't think we called it music with synth. We just thought, there's Jean-Michel Jarre. He's making some tunes with some synthesizers, and there's the jam. They make some tunes with like drums and guitars. It didn't really box them. Even then, it was just different music.
But that is because we come from a time when we used to go to raves and it was just music. There was no.
Yeah, it never had like a jungle part.
No.
One of the tracks would be jungle techno.
Yeah.
Quite often on the URL though, when the track's playing, you will sit there and go, "What's this? What do we?"
Yeah. What genre?
Who cares? Listen to it. Enjoy it. Like it doesn't matter what box it's in. Just listen to it.
I understand where you're coming from, but to give it a score and mark it, you kind of have to put.
Box.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate Evangelist. I'm not right. Yeah, I'm going to stick with my 8 score on this one. Synthwork's beautiful, the whole thing's lovely, but like Jen said, and I backed up, it just needs some vocals on it.
I'm going to say something a bit weird now as well. I've got a few tracks like this I've written, but I'd only do it because when you like people and you're into synths, you think, I wonder what it's like making tunes that sound like Evangelist. I wonder what it's like making that lead sound the Object Technicals have, like, you know, all these different things. But I wouldn't put them out as my music because they're not my music. They're pretending to be someone else and using their tricks. I might use bits of tricks, but I wouldn't make a track which was a pure generative thing that sounds like Jean-Michel Jarre or something like that. I do it for my own stuff, like having a wank, you know, but not as I've got it. I know that no one else will ever hear it. While I'm making it, I'm thinking, well, I'm only making this just to see how it works and how it
can't do that.
Just
as a tinker.
No, and then turn it all off.
No,
don't even save it.
No,
it's a bit like reverse taking a car apart and putting it back together again. It's not the car you've made. It's someone else's car, but you still put it back together again yourself. And the same thing with the track, and there's no car to start with. It's just a synth sound. And you read about the synth. Oh, they did it like that, did they? With an oscillator on the fucking thing. And then you make it, and you go, oh yeah, there it is. But if you used it, it would sound like you're trying to sound like someone else.
Okay, so I believe we all like that track.
Totally, I've done that. I've done George Moroder based.
So yeah, I'll mark that based on that. That was a really good Jean-Michel Jarre sounding track. But I'd give it more if it was sounded a bit more like something else with like maybe poetry over it, like you said.
Yeah, definitely needs some poetry. Yeah. I agree. The synth lines and everything beautiful, rolled along nicely, like you said, almost like verse chorus. So you know,
gorgeous.
Could do with some vocals. Okay,
well,
so
it could have been a 9.5
if it had some vocals.
Yeah, def 4 reels.
Okay, so some I Am Maniac.
Nice.
No Morgan shout out is still not open, fella. Please don't make our lives.
Last orders, mate.
Yeah,
last orders. Got shouted late years ago. Everyone's being hacked at the moment.
Everyone is. Well, who you got now?
I don't know. Just the first post I saw on Facebook is from I've been hacked.
Yeah. Who is it?
That seems to be the topic of the day.
Yeah.
I've been hacked. Don't open messages from me.
I'm not even going to jinx it.
It sounds like White Stripes on the guitar and some like prog band over the top of it.
It sounds prog to me.
Yeah. It's got that White Stripesy, distorted, fuzzy. Is that? I don't know if it's a bass or if it's a guitar. Sound like a bass.
There's a lot of work in it.
Yeah, a lot of delay.
All done on an iPad, ladies and gentlemen.
Nice. So that guitar's direct recorded into it with an amp modelling thing. Nice, that's good.
Probably samples. Oh no, he is a metaler, so it might.
No, it's guitar. There's no way that's samples. You have a massive sample. That's samples. That's just free hand twiddling. It's a bit like knob twiddling, but it's scale twiddling. You play the guitar. You play banjo, don't you, and stuff?
I've got a guitar.
Got a guitar. You play guitar.
Acoustic, though. I've tried electric.
I pluck on a guitar mod, I don't use a play.
Sample freeze packs for guitars, lead and bass. It's sampled.
Wow, that's mad.
It sounds really good.
It's nice, but it's what they call a pedal-like note. So you can just play the same scale over and over and over and over, and then just a lot of like techno, do you know what I mean, like modern, which people will also do with guitar music.
Yes.
So it is allowed.
Isn't it?
Yeah. There's a lot of pedal songs that are classics. Sounds like a Rickenbacker bass sample as well, that. It's got that chunky sort of dug. Well, you can get that from a P bass, but...
I'm impressed, you know, what sound.
bass.
I've had the sample packs of that and listened to them and stuff. And artists that I'd like that had Rickenbacker basses like Lenny and Jam and stuff. So I know this.
God, years. Jen's just
the first thing I got was probably a stylophone in 1972, 73.
Oh Christ! Okay.
So like
Rolf Harris stylophone.
3 years before I was born.
Yeah.
How long electronic?
And then my mum went, "Oh, he can play."
And stuff.
Oh no, Cubase and that. No, the first thing I had was Octamed on an Amiga 500 in the 1990s.
Okay.
And that was like an 8-track thing.
My mate had an Amiga 500.
And you could put this thing called Octamed as an 8-channel sound recorder, so you put samples in it, and you have 64 blocks. I'm going to get the name wrong. It's not. Is it Inky the Cat? The girl from Australia that does the MA.
Inty.
Yeah, Inty. I get Inky and Inky confused now sometimes, because I'm old. But anyway, yeah. But she was on Avril Cadabra last night. It was on CLOWNFEST, and she uses this M8 and it's got a tracker. So the first thing I ever used making sequence music was. But then before that, in the 80s, I used to have 2 cassette decks. And I'd record drums on a keyboard, like just pressing the stop-start button of a drum thing on a Casio keyboard, and have a first track of drums going doof, 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 and then play a bass along with that, which is my guitar tuned down a little bit, and then keep overtracking and overtracking and overtracking. By the time you've done like 6 or 8 tracks, the first track you do with the kicks is gone. So then you realise you've got to do the higher stuff first, like the guitars and the bass, so you can get the guitars going first, do the high pitch stuff, because that doesn't lose it.
I'll bring it back to a review show in a minute.
It will be, yeah. And then I did that,
Sorry.
But then before that, when I was about 12, I had a Bang & Olufsen reel to reel, which I used to do overdubbing with as well. So I used to mess about. I've been messing about with music since I was about 6.
Okay, wow.
Really?
What do you think of the track?
That's why you know.
What track was that then, Mark?
That one.
That one
we just listened to.
That was really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one. That was really good. I like the use of the guitar samples, and I'm really surprised it's a sample.
It did sound a little bit too fluid to be a sample. I will agree with you on that one. Solid track, Marius. 8, I think, around about there.
Yeah, about an 8 again.
I liked it.
Could have been more with a bit more, with a bit of finesse. If there was a massive guitar solo in a minute, if you actually did go out and break out the guitar and chuck a little pentatonic solo really easily in one key over the top of that, that would sound wicked.
And I'm pretty sure Marius plays the guitar as well, so
yeah. So what are you doing, Mario?
Should be well within his capabilities to do that.
I mean, you get it in with an iRig, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Which is basically a little sound card.
That's what they were made for.
Made for.
Yeah, and then we hijacked them to
do live streams and things.
Yes.
There's nothing wrong with mono. Some best clubs you've gone to have been mono.
Yep.
Honestly, if you got to get your mix checked in mono as well, because if you want to play in clubs and they are mono and your mix sounds shit in mono, then you've messed up. So you've got to check every mix you do in mono too. It should sound the same.
Okay, looks like we've got a little bit of techno and somebody new to the show.
Yeah.
Oh no, this is. Oh no.
Someone old to the show.
Jack and Swoley. Oh no, it is formerly Dinosaur Gridlock. Yep. So this is. I can't remember his name now.
It's a work in process. Infected Preacher.
Can't remember his name. Can't remember his original name.
What's going on with that picture?
He's got a bit of a warbly face. He's got acne.
Oh Christ.
Severe case of acne.
Yeah.
He's
got a mouth for his eye should be as well.
Already I can say I'd like it a bit faster.
Not amazingly fast. It's only about 130, isn't it?
So you know.
Something. I don't know. Go on, let's guess the BPM. 132. No, 131.
So look behind you. 127.
About that, see? That's fast enough, isn't it? Some of the best tracks are slower.
But that's what +8's for on the decks. Literally.
About -8, then what's that for?
That's for playing 33s at 45 -8.
Yeah. Nice gal.
Yeah. I did that once. I played an entire set at the wrong speed and knew I was playing it at the wrong speed, and everybody just disappeared off the dance floor. Then a few years later, really fast music started to come in. It's like, shit, I was before my time. I thought about doing this before, but nobody wanted it.
You're right, yeah. Back in the 90s, it was 137.
Yeah.
then it was like, because it's the BPM of a heartbeat, because it makes you have a trance effect.
Double the BPM of the heartbeat.
Okay. Oh yeah, it's bollocks, I think.
Well, I prefer mine just a touch faster, so does my body.
But I'm not listening to. I'm guilty of being the snobby 136 BPM sort of brigade. But I'm getting into faster stuff as I get older.
Yeah, you're doing jungle tech and shit now at the moment.
Yeah, the set I was doing the stuff I've done for CLOWNFEST is a pre-recorded one because my uploading and streaming's not very good. But yeah, it's kind of a bit rough and ready as well. So it's basically drum and bass or jungle with 4 beat on it, but a bit more speed. So not so 164, more like 184.
I'd like that noise a bit louder. That thing that's coming in there.
We'll make it open up, so like it starts a bit faded, but then it opens up and you get more gnarly sort of, the filter. Oh, what was a break?
So that's what we've got watching us on public broadcast.
597 people.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mind, I can handle that shit. 600, like, and that's it.
Tonight again?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I believe you were doing it for a mince pie.
Glass of champagne.
That's
doing
the
it for
one.
exposure. Speaking of exposure, I'm Warminster and you can get my music on Spotify, but mainly on Bandcamp because it goes straight to me then. So look on Bandcamp for all my drum and bass. Hey?
Did you not put anything into the
tonight? No. Oh, I can't bother that.
I'll do it for you now.
Christmas. Put something into my thread.
Bandcamp or SoundCloud?
Bandcamp. Bandcamp. I've got some techno on there and stuff. I've got lots of drum and bass as well, actually. Lots of old stuff. Let's have a look what we got. Yeah. But then you've got to mark it out of cats, and I'll cry if people give me bad marks. Again.
I know somebody put a track in, and he got a low mark.
And never did it again.
And it really affected a friend of mine as well. It really affected him, and I tried to tell him,
don't cry.
No.
Do it again.
Yeah, but this is the thing. This is like my hatred for psytrance. Okay, I'm allowed not to like psytrance. We're all allowed not to like something, but if just as long as you give some constructive feedback as to why you don't like it and how you could improve it. Anything in particular?
I don't know really. Maybe the second one. Yeah, that's not too bad. They're all a bit crap, to be fair. I don't like. Who likes their own music though? No one does, I don't think. I don't really.
I just pick up on all the mistakes.
I haven't put much new stuff on Bandcamp, to be fair. I put a few things on there, but I tend to be a little bit too punk rock about it. When I'm with other people, I don't. I kind of finish things off. But
yeah.
Chuck it out there. Who cares? I can't be arsed with it anymore. Listened to it 40,000 times already.
Okay, this track is 12 minutes long.
Yeah, this is plodding along. This is kind of like a filler track, It's kind of, it's one of those tracks. If you're a DJ, I've never been a DJ, but you can put it in the middle of a set maybe to
go to the toilet,
take you to the next track, or to skin up. You think like, I need to skin up. What should I do? I'll put that track on.
I like it, but it needs to go somewhere.
Yeah.
You play it up. It's good for like 3-deck mixing. You could mix a few tracks together with this. So a bit funky.
Yeah, these days though, it's all controller surfaces. 3 decks and scare the fucking bollocks off of people.
Yeah, they do 3-deck mixing on Tractor. That's what its default is. My open up Tractor. The snide one I got off of Pirate Bay many years ago. But yeah, its default is 4 tracks, 4 decks even.
Is it me or is Warren's mic
a little bit crackly? Hello.
Not really a hell of a lot I can do
voice?
about that.
It's got hair on it that I've got to get rid of.
Dog hair.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah, is that better? Is that hair? Now the hair's gone. Is that better? Benjamin Sorensen.
The fact that you can actually all hear us is a miracle. I'm telling you. All right.
So you bring another track in now. It's
He's
sound less on this little drop.
It
does look a bit different actually. There's another little drop there. This is a fake restart and then another drop. Look. That sounds like the end of the track there, doesn't it?
Yeah. Right, okay, so when it was here...
Yeah. I'll give that about a 7, really. I'm not going to give that much more than that because it doesn't really...
There's no... The structure's too long.
Yeah.
The structure's way too long and there's very little dynamics. It sounds...
How long is the whole thing?
12 minutes.
You could only use that as something you mix in as something else.
Easily. The noises you use are spot on. The atmosphere that you created was great.
Yeah.
Once you've got that atmosphere, you've then got to take us somewhere.
It would work in a K-hole. It would though.
Just as long as your dance floor is in a K-hole, you are
take drugs
fine.
responsibly, children. But it would.
To go on that long, it needed to go somewhere more.
Yeah, it needs to be on something like pretty funky for that to go on that long. You'd be right on it, But unless you are,
I thought it was more.
Yeah, that's it. So I'll give that a 7.
I'm going to give it a rimming a 7.
A rimming 7.
I'll go with 7.
Yeah, I think we're being very nice there as well.
Yeah.
No, I quite like the sounds used in it. I think if you cut that in half, I think it'd be a good track.
Yeah, put some more dynamics in there.
So far because it's short.
I would pump it up as well to maybe 130 something.
I just distortion on everything except the kick.
Like your taste.
I could remix it and save like loads of work. So you just check loads of kicks and 303s and rides and stuff over it. And you got
Warren's sounding like me now.
That's it. Job done.
Okay, so next up. It's Morgan.
Go on, Morgan.
Yay.
Hey, Morgan.
Last track Morgan put in was fucking phenomenal.
I like Morgan. He's a nice.
He's a good man.
He's a nice chap,
Morgan got us gigs.
Yeah, he did. They didn't happen,
but he got us gigs. The Mega Dog thing in Manchester with
I did see
Robert Black.
Something about shame about
with with Static and everybody, and it didn't happen because COVID.
Morgan said the same thing about you, Jen. Cool sounds and drive needs some fleshing out. Stick some distortion all over it.
Oh, it's already Morgan.
I can't really see what any of you are typing because I can't use my phone because Mark's bandwidth.
Oh no, you can. I'm on my.
Oh, we can watch the chat as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you need internet code?
What music is this in?
No, I can use my own phone.
It's almost side trance. It's rimming side trance. It's thinking about giving side trance a blowjob.
It's looking at side trance on the side like that, innit? Like giving it that little look. But it isn't side trance.
It's asking side trance to kill.
It's psychedelic music, Mark.
It is, yeah.
Do you know what psychedelic music is, Mark? As opposed to side trance. Like other technicals or things like that.
Yeah.
Ecstatic even. They're not really side trance, are they? They're more psychedelic.
They lean more towards.
They do a lot of. Yeah, they do, I suppose. But it's psychedelic techno.
Yeah.
Everything they do is psychedelic and to do with space. So it's like taking hallucinogenics in space. Imagine that. Anyway.
I think that would be a lot of hassle. If we could breathe in space, then I'd be more on for taking psychedelics in space.
Psychedelics in space. Yeah.
I think.
That's gonna be my next album title. Unless someone nicks it, they fucking all heard it now, haven't they?
Do a psytrance album one.
A psytrance album.
Yeah, do it.
I'll do a. What's the opposite of side? A middle trance. I'll do a middle trance album.
Do an end trance.
Yeah. What's the opposite of trance?
Gabba.
Yeah, being really wide awake. I'll do a middle cocaine track. This is good. I like this, Morgan.
It's too trancey for me. I'm glad we got somebody else.
The stabs are a little bit cliched.
I fucking love
them. But a sort of a... They are, yeah. I like lots of different ones.
They've been used to death.
I like the stabs that come in like glitchy stabs. My favourite one. They go stab it, so like that you kind of like pay an echo and homage to your earlier. But this does sound like classic old school.
Yeah, it sounds.
It's amazing because Morgan's only like 25, isn't he? No, you know what I mean? It is old school, isn't it? This is why I've got to really try hard not to make music like this because it sounds like. Music.
Yeah.
So it sounds like I'm not trying to be too contrived.
Yeah. No, I totally get what you're saying.
But it is amazing. It's really good.
I think.
And it does sound like modern trance.
Your influences are very trance-based.
Yes, definitely.
Massive.
That was the local scene in sort of a UFO club in Longley.
What did you used to dance to back in the day, then, Jen?
House.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You're a house girl.
Well, before that, hardcore.
Oh, okay.
Breakbeat hardcore, 89, 91, 92.
Okay.
And happy hardcore for a bit, and then house.
Happy hardcore.
Yeah, for a lot. I was white. I was always dickhead to
No.
I did the hardcore in 89 when it was cool, but I did it again in 94, 95 when I had bucket hats and caps.
I never saw the appeal for dummies. I was just all of my friends had them, and I'm like, I don't get it. Do you have a dummy?
No, I had a whistle.
Okay.
I did have a whistle.
What would have been good, right? Well, I'd take my teeth, that would have been a gun shield, like the rugby players use. That would have been probably what you needed. I don't think a dummy would have quite done it. You would have bitten through it, your teeth would have still got fucked. I think a gun shield, looking back, would have been fucking ideal. We used to have chewing gum. And then you chew chewing gum, and then all of a sudden they go like, oh my god, it's just turned into this mush in my mouth. It turns into that disintegrated, sticky thing that just you get it on your hands and it's all going everywhere like that. In the middle of a dance floor, Ray going, like, oh, it's mad. But yeah, just say no, kids. Honestly. Oh yeah, no. If you 9 hours in sweat and get your body core temperature up.
So that was Morgan's track.
That was pretty good, Morgan. Yeah.
See,
good.
Again, we have like these two should do the show, and I should fuck off.
Really.
They're like, yeah, that was really good, and I'm like, it's way too trancey, mate.
I mean, it was a little bit cliched in places, I think, somehow. I mean, I like a bit more excitement in my stabs. I like more of a few different stabs, but that's just me.
Did you mean cliched in the timing of them, that they were
no,
on the
just the sound of it sounded like 1992.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that was kind of what he was going for, though.
Yeah.
That whole track sounded to me like it could have been made in the 90s.
Yeah, exactly. But it had that modern twist to it because you could hear it was obviously produced recently.
I'm gonna give you like a 7.5 on it. The track was good, you know. It created energy here that made us want to chat. So it was a good track. It's just way too trancy for me. But these two liked it. So
yeah, I'll give it an 8.5. I wouldn't give it a 9. I don't know. It could have been a bit more.
Yeah.
But
it sounded a touch muffled as well.
No, I don't know. I mean, I'm not sure. My ears are quite old these days, so I don't hear the top high end too well.
Just a little bit muffled.
Yeah. I've got to stop saying things about my age. No, I think it's alright.
No? Maybe muffled's not the right word.
That gat sounds like that gat on there. That sound. What's that sound like?
Yeah. No other sound.
Is that vengeance? Is it vengeance? Not vengeance. No. Oh man, that gat that was on there sounded like something off of a VST that I used to.
Okay, so now we're going over to Florida.
Yeah, that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah, Morgan, your last track was fucking brutal. That one was okay. Yeah, keep doing it. Keep sending tracks our way. Eric Lewing, ladies and gentlemen, who writes most of his stuff next to a pool. I wonder if this guy works.
You would, wouldn't you?
I mean, if you could.
He would, yeah. Not in Bedminster, really.
No.
Sorry, this sounds a bit like...
It's usually lo-fi hip-hop from Eric.
Yeah.
Oh, this is his first... No, it isn't his first track. But it is private. Always worries me when there's no talk. It's like, okay, do we like the track or do we
I'm just really taking it in. Like, yeah, it's hiptronica, isn't it? I think I'm just trying to think what it is, isn't it? It's like hip hop. What I was thinking was like when I never used to like hip hop too much. I would sort out musical hip hop or instrumental hip hop, which is what this is. So this is quite a lot.
Eric, you could totally use a vocalist. You really could.
Or not. Because there are always going to be people that don't like the vocals too much.
That's true.
There's anyone who worked with someone who worked right next to me that was really into hip hop, and we were able to play anything we wanted on our PCs because we were doing PC recycling. And he introduced me to like Public Enemy really late, only a couple of years back. I was like, oh wow, man.
Eric says, let me know what I need to make this pop.
I think... Nothing really, because you got the question response thing going on there, well, Eric. Because you got that last phrase and this phrase, you're not getting bored of it. So it works really well as instrumental hip hop. You could do a vocals version of it as well, but I don't think it needs it.
You could tough Toughen up the drums a little bit, maybe.
Yeah, it works because it turns around and goes backwards and forwards for what it is, and that's the sort of thing with breaks music, and it needs to just be simple and big question response. Get you grooving. But yeah, vocals maybe. No, it's not pop music. What's this made on, Eric?
He uses Ableton and a bunch of controllers.
Does he? All right. Oh, I got a lovely bunch of controllers. That's what you need, like a Cockney hip-hop vocalist over this.
You alright, governor?
Who's that? Alright, geezer. Apples and pears, gov.
I think it sounds alright.
Yeah, it sounds really good. Yeah, definitely.
A vocal would work. A vocal would work over the top of it. If it was me, I'd probably stick a tougher kit under it and pump the BPM up a little bit. But I'd say that for everything.
Yeah, I mean, there's drums on it.
Hey?
Bigger drums.
Bigger drums, yeah. They just sound really.
You got to imagine everything.
Nice.
I think you've got to imagine them to be brutal. Which is what people, you need to be really, because it's helpful, isn't it? If you've got to listen to everything and think, if I brought this on as an album, right, and this is one of the tracks on the album, will it be a killer or a filler?
Yeah.
And I think it'll be a filler. But then you'd expect a killer track to come out of it and just like blow you up. Do you know what I mean? Because you need stuff like that. You need light and dark to see.
They can't all be
do you know what I mean?
No.
So that would be something, not even a filler, even just as a, an accompaniment.
It was pleasant enough.
Something
that I'd choose to go and listen to.
Okay, so two of us are saying you definitely should pump up the drum kit a little bit, make them a little bit tougher. I think you've got a good track here. It feels like it might be in the work in progress stage. You've got it to this point, now you just need to like beef it up a little bit.
It could do is if it adds something in the upper mids, you've got to fill the frequencies up. Yeah. Because if they're there, use them. You know what I mean? Because it's hard enough like not using them. And then like, a vocalist does that because vocalists use all the frequencies, just roll the bottom end off and let them have the top. Yeah,
I totally think some vocals would have worked over that.
Yeah.
As for a score, I'm going to give you like a 707 on it, I think.
7.07 or 7.7.
Well, 7.7, but
that's better.
We mark in Roland releases
in two decimal places.
Yeah, Roland releases for some reason.
Right.
Okay, Mellow Kit. Sorry.
Changed over the past year.
No, we're just advertising something.
It's good. It's great sample, like a little Mohican.
Yeah, good video.
I think she wears comfortable shoes.
Okay, so you're in Gen S territory here with the Deluge.
A Deluded.
Melakit. That's electro for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, hooked in from the word go.
I'd like to hear the vocals open up and not be. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit. Yeah, it's nice to have that as an effect, but then to open it up and actually hear the real vocals, that'd be good. It's almost like a secret that you can't quite hear what they sound like, and then you get like the idea. Oh, that's what they sound like.
It's like the filter cut off, isn't it?
Yeah. But when you're a punter listening to it, you've got to think of things like listening to as a punter as well, haven't you?
Yeah.
What you'd feel like if you listen to this raw. That's a great thing to Deluge, isn't it? How many MIDI tracks can it pump out to? If you're using it as a controller.
You can do 32 now. You can do 2 layers of 16.
Wow.
Oh, it's not quite released yet, the new beta.
You were testing that, yeah?
Got it.
Yeah.
So you can do 32 different instruments.
Right, that's mad.
If it was more hands-on, I'd have had one.
And they can be external MIDI instruments.
Yeah, I've got them all going.
So do you use mostly external stuff when you play it then? Or do you use some of the internal synth engines as well?
No, in that rig, all of the patterns I play from the Deluge and get sent to each bit of kit.
Nice.
Because it doesn't matter which bit of kit it is, on the Deluge I'm not limited how long the pattern can be. So I can have a pattern that went on for 5 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, you you could do those things like where you have a what do you call it? A polyrhythm going on, can't you? So you can have like some parts that sound like they're being different every few bars by making them a cut, about half a bar short. Yeah, and it makes it sound a bit different every now and
then. Yeah, and the new update you can now reverse it as well. So
I've seen you doing a thing on that, didn't I? On Tinternet. I've seen you doing a demo of that when you first got it.
Briefly.
Oh. A while back. Maybe in 1 year. No. Yeah, because the backwards to forwards bit, like.
Yeah, that was
what
was
you
did
doing.
I did it on my phone live about a month ago,
Those look really good.
Why?
Because it was all wobbly and up in the hand.
You're not rock and roll.
No.
It's informative. You need to sometimes leave things on because they're informative.
Bit of a nerd, really, mate. My house is spotless, everything's in its place. I'm not the rock and roll image people think I am. I'm a big softie.
That I can vouch for.
Very organised nerd.
Do you have all the labels in your cupboards all turned around the same way?
I do like the labels, Mason.
Yeah, that's it. All the same. Looking at the front. Yeah.
Oh,
you didn't know that, didn't you? You think they are? You know.
I like this.
Yeah,
this is great.
This is good.
This is great.
Reminds me of that flat Eric, you know that?
Yes.
And this is all done on a Deluge. Amazing.
The Deluge is an amazing piece of kit. I've seen it. I've been in the.
Tried it though.
I've been in the. You've had.
What are the butts then on it? Is it the number of controls? Is it that what people say?
Is it what?
The number of dials it's got on it. Is that one of the butts?
It's just.
That's not really a butt. You can just get yourself a BCR 2000.
About it. Unless people get one and I set them out to use it, and they go, all right, you do it like that. It's brilliant. You can do MIDI CC control.
Yeah, it looks like Ableton Live in a box to me. You know, or a monone. You know those monone things.
People get scared because there's no display telling them stuff. You don't need a display.
Yeah.
It's all there in the buttons.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hands off on enough for me. I've seen it, and I watched something the other day, and I was watching you do it as well. And yeah, it's great, but it's like it's not as hands on as the EMX.
To be honest, I don't work for them. It's good that if you don't like it, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's fair enough. I'm not their salesperson.
Yeah.
I like the Deluge, but not everyone else
does. No, well, I did think about it because when we were at Landed, we were talking a lot about music making and stuff then, and I did seriously think about getting one. But again, I'd rather just go Ableton if you're going to go that much into it.
Yeah, it doesn't crash like Ableton, does it? You know, you could have that. That's the thing. That's the beauty of everyone who works on laptops. Always like worries about the laptop just being a twat.
Crashing. Yeah.
You know, and that's the only thing you know. That's kind of That's always the biggest fear of it. Just something not working. Something like not just your USB stuff, like forgetting it's there.
Well, I saw Oliver do a set for someone, and one of the sync buttons wasn't clicked. Somebody had unclicked it, and he was that drunk that he couldn't find out. And I could see him on stage looking around for how it's
Yeah, don't get drunk and do a gig. Kids.
No.
Can't do it.
Anyway, Malakit, that was a great track. I'm going to give you an 808 on that one. Really liked it. Solid track. Good groove, lovely bass line, moved along nicely. Reminded me of the Freestylers a little bit.
I mean, I'll give that an 8 as well. I mean, I would give it, those sort of like little rolls, ding-ding-ding, ding-ding-ding, at the ends, like little fills at the end, and that could have been like really breaked up and that. If it was that you could have turned that track into something really sort of like that slammed as well. But I mean, so again, 8. I mean, like, which I don't think is a massive score, to be fair. It's not like it's. Again, that would be if you bought a breakbeat track by someone, that would be kind of like a track that you thought, that was all right, but it wasn't like the number one track on the album. Which it could have been with some different, arrangement sort of tweaks and stuff, and some little cheeky little fills. Really good 8, a really good 8. Definitely 8.9, but it could have been a 9.
Oh, 8.9?
Yeah, 8 definitely. Yeah, it's right on the cusp. On the cusp.
Oh, well, there's a placeholder that's not there.
Placeholder? Oh.
Cheeky placeholders who never get their places in.
Oh, yeah.
Hey. If your commute's got you down,
it's got me down.
Uber Eats, McDonald's, Big Mac, fries, Oreo McFlurry, KFC boneless banquet, extra gravy, popcorn, chicken.
Good God. Anyway, Ravex featuring Yenti.
Oh, featuring Yenti. Yeah. Oh, nice, a collab.
I think what Ravex is doing to Yenti is reining in his mentalness a little bit, which I think is great.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've heard any of Yenti's tracks recently, but they're a little bit more thought out, I guess is the word that should be used. Yeah. Not all in the same frequency. frequency range.
Oh, Divine Masculine is saying refresh. He was late with the uploading. It's on there now. We'll play it next, maybe. Is that a track we just started playing then? It's pretty good, yeah. Sounds like Apex Twin. Right, Otecra.
Right, so how much input do you think Yenti had on this one?
Yeah, but if he's just...
Oh, I hope a lot.
Yeah. So do I.
He's getting better.
He's getting much better.
Yeah, but that's the art of a duo, you know, that's what it is.
Yeah. Helping each other out.
Yeah. You know. I mean, look at the Doors, same as band. I bet the whole band were like normal and like musicians like Jim Morrison was a fucking nightmare, I bet. I bet you couldn't take him anywhere.
He kind of reminds me of the singer from Brainsniff.
Come on, Jim.
They were recording something and the singer from Brainsniff was just up and about screaming and shouting and waving his arms in front of the band that was being recorded, and everyone was like, can you just get out of the way, please? Just get out of the way, please.
But it works, you know, you need it.
And that's what I imagine Jim Morrison was like, hassle, headache.
I wish the beat
but it still
was and not this. I liked
the broken beat, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Yeah, 4/4 beat on broken beat is what I was doing for my Ragga Tech stuff, but it is. That's not the word, really.
I like the fact that Ravex is pulling Yenti in a completely different direction, because usually what we got off of Yenti was full frequency, full everything.
But it still sounds crazy as well at the same time. It still sounds like...
there could be a touch more crazy in that.
I like this. This kind of got a bit of intelligence about it.
I think it does owe a lot to Richard E. James, I will say.
He's built it as drum and bass.
Richard E. James is drum and bass, yeah, definitely. Some of them are ambient, but some of the stuff that Richard E. James does is drum and bass.
It does feel almost ambient.
It's definitely drum and bass, but then it's got that 4-beat, which is kind of like almost jungle techno, isn't it? Jungle techno.
Hear me now. Whoa, stop. Right, so I'll let you guys talk about that one. You seem to like it.
I quite liked it.
Yeah, I really liked it.
I really like the sounds used. I like the syncopated feel to it. It sounded quite intelligent.
Yeah.
Smooth.
That's probably why I don't like it.
8.5.
Yeah.
Sounds intelligent. Yeah, I'm not going to like that.
I'll give it an 8.5. Definitely. Yeah.
I'm going to go a bit lower. I'm probably going to give it rimming an 8. It was good. It's nice to see Yenti moving in a different direction, but just a little bit light and fluffy for me.
It would a bit more glitch would have been good. Yeah. So if it went like that and then it went like, you think that was glitch? This is fucking glitch. And then like showed you some like glitch like you've never even heard, and then went back to it and
whacked the blue glitch over it and whack fucking
on
stuck
certain
red
parts
over it
and stuff. You know, like do what Apex Twin would do with it. You know, bounce it down as a track and just chew the fuck of the actual finished track sometimes as well.
Can you imagine how hard
the last thing that he does normally would have been like just bouncing down the whole audio and then just like chopping the fuck out of that.
Yeah. Can you imagine how much work he would have had to have done to it?
Yeah, I think that wouldn't have been much. I think that would have been the last job, because there's nothing else you can do then, is there? If you glitch up the individual stems, and then the last thing you could do would actually be just to bounce the audio down. Sometimes I only bounce like one tiny part of the whole audio, and then glitch the fuck out of that.
Yeah.
If I want to make it sound like I'm glitching the whole track up, I don't do that. I do a cheat and I just bounce down one bit and record that into a resample on Ableton.
Yeah.
And then glitch the fuck out of that, and then go to let that have his own track on its own, like it's part of the track.
Glitch it up.
Something like the blue glitch and reversing samples.
These VSTs.
Yeah, no, just the blue glitches in this VST. Otherwise, it's super tricky. But you have to use a rapper, like a 32-bit rapper, for a 64-bit computer. This is hardcore, mate. Yeah, I know, yeah. Oh yeah, sounds like a level music from a video game on the Mega Drive.
From tonight.
Unforgettable. Unforgettable, that's what I am. This isn't my cup of tea, I've got to be honest.
Fine.
Banging.
It's fast, pacey, energy.
It's a bit cartoony for me. I like something a bit more, but it's good. I think it needs it needs someone like Petrol Blaster singing over top of it. That's the only way I can handle it, is when it's like tongue in cheek.
Yeah, funny.
Yeah. Because it does sound like, you know, the fairground version of techno. Yeah, we used to go to big love parties in Bristol and they were like back in the 80s. That was kind of like what they called the future and not for ages, but there's because you can't dance it, then it's slow, so there's that one.
Yeah, there we are.
And then you're doing that one and then you think that's too slow now. I just want to go home. I just want to go somewhere where they're playing 36 BPM and lots of comfy there. I'm not keen on like all the drums and snares all being on the same beat. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, I agree. I don't like snares on the one at all, to be honest with you, unless it's a drum roll.
Vladdy says a bit like hardcore meets Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Peach says love it.
Peaches, Peaches though, is it? Yeah, right, Peaches, I didn't know you were there. I thought you'd like it, Peaches. Yeah, I didn't know you were there, Peaches. Sorry, I've got really bad eyesight, I can't hardly see that. I was pointing to, yeah, but alright, Peaches. Yeah, I thought you'd like this one.
Not my favourite track by Divine Masculine. Probably going to give it somewhere around an 8. One? Like you said, it's a bit not childish. What was the word you used?
Cartoon.
Cartoony, that's one.
Cartoony, but it works like that. I think if it actually had, because it almost sounded like, obviously my daughter actually really likes hardcore, but she also likes like death metal, dirt metal, like with the vocals, like vocals like grunge metal. So that almost sounded like that as well. So it had a bit of an echo grunge vocals, which I think would appeal. And if it had proper grunge vocals over it, it would sound good. And here is Petrol Bastard.
Yeah, I was just going to give him a little bit of a show of what's coming tomorrow. So before I play something from Warren,
me,
I'd have thought that would have been right up your street, that one, Jen. You've been into hardcore and stuff.
I quite liked it. Yeah, I'd give it an 8.
Yeah, scoring quite.
Yeah, I'll give that an 8 still, just for its own merits.
Energy and
for
passion
its own
and that.
merits, you know, yeah, exactly.
So yeah, before I play something from Warren, I'm just going to give you a sneak preview of the entire 50-minute set from Petrol Bastard, because Warren just mentioned Petrol Bastard with Divine Masculine, and this is what they sound like.
So I do Ben's parts.
Yeah, no, I've got them.
Is this not the one where you missed the microphone then?
No, this is Manchester.
Oh, Manchester. Oh, yeah.
This is the dance off.
They are a visual spectacle, do you know what I mean? You've got to
I love the way they've just abandoned the stage now, you know?
I felt like a man. They're amazing. Yeah, they're amazing. They do any kind of like real hard electronic music with mental music. And I said, what is the idea? And it's just to be a pop group. So they're a pop group, basically.
Not half-naked pop group.
They start off with clothes on.
Yeah, they did do start off with
very briefly, and then they sing, you know, they saw you get hot. I think it's because, like, so they don't pass out.
That's all you're getting. Don't fret. You will see them tomorrow.
But they're touring next year, Petrol Bastard. Have a look on their site. They are really worth seeing. Look at their back catalogue. I mean, their videos are as good as they are live. I mean, in fact, I saw live concerts of them when they were just starting out. and that's got me hooked years ago.
Yeah, they've been going for about 10 years, which I didn't realise.
Yeah, they have. Yeah. Well, I got them off of Merv Pepper from Eat Static. Showed me. He said, "Oh, you'll like these. If you like punk rock and techno, you'll like these." And I just like, wow.
You stayed behind the floor afterwards and you had a beer and that?
Yeah, they...
You were led out on the floor.
Unfortunately, they had to get home, or they wanted to get to bed because that was day 7 of 31 or something ridiculous. So
this is an old track list, well, it's just never released. Well, actually, no, it might have been released on Red Alpha, but my neighbour, Wayne, who's Red Alpha Records, said I could have it back from Bandcamp because he's alright like that. This is drum and bass. Available on Bandcamp, called Black Kush by Raw Minstrel. Coming at ya.
Sure.
Hold tight, drum and bass crew, I'll seize you.
Sure.
Yeah. Called Black Kush, I don't know why. Something to do with like Del Boy, Kushti, you know what I mean? Kushti.
Strain of wheat.
It is really. Is it?
Yeah.
Joking?
No.
Wow.
Cushes.
Black Kush.
I had no idea. I thought it was something to do with Del Boy. That was me thinking it was that.
It's alright, Pat, anyway.
Yeah, man. Coming out your live from Bedminster. Let's get your subs in.
So when did you write this? How old is it?
This is actually about 7-8 years older now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's quite old. No, it's maybe less than that, maybe about 5, actually, yeah.
Kelvin McIntosh says, I've had a few releases on Red Alpha.
Yeah, Red Alpha, great. Wayne Ovenden is my actual next door neighbour. When he moved in, straight away, his missus said, my missus were chatting, and said, guess what? And it was that he produces, and we just struck up a friendship then, and he now runs, we did run Red Alpha Records. He's going to get back on track soon, but yeah, he said he's going to try and get it going for 2022. But I do a lot of drum and bass stuff and just bass music. Really. And he also acquired Anarchy Audio, which was formerly a northern UK owned record by a guy called Ben Mortimer, and Wayne bought him out. So he's got that, and Bluebeck, which Bluebeck do like house and techno. So yeah, Red Alpha, Bluebeck and Anarchy Audio if you want some old school crate digging on the digital side. Digital crate digging.
Okay, so somebody gave you a 9.5.
Oh, nice one.
Alien Probe.
I like it a lot.
Brad says, I've been doing some D&B again recently. Good. Kelvin says, the vocal, is it from Old Flesh, Fresh Air?
I'll tell you what, a lot of the samples I've got are from the, who are they? There's a sample pack by Blue Marten. Yeah, Blue, B-L-U-M-A-R-T-E-N. Drum and bass sample packs, and it's like all these old school drum and bass samples off an Atari ST. Some of them I'm also from an Atari ST from a mate of mine that was straight off like from the 90s. I used to use on an Octamed. They got off a floppy disk. I don't know who did them originally.
That's great.
Yeah, got the Tarzan and Jada Jungle just swung off the Fine Dude. Yes, something like that.
You almost sound Street, Warren.
I know, almost, yeah. Almost, yes. The Tarzan and Jane of Jungle just swung in off the line. This would make Hare Krishna a bad boy. I'd give it about an 8.5 maybe, something like that. It is again.
808.
Yeah, it's not like, it probably needs some rides, and like nowadays I'll chuck loads of fucking rides over the end of that. And they're going, they're really going for it, but that's modern me.
Yeah, Gaz, do one. Please. Gaz says you were thinking of doing another URL drum and bass track.
Gaz is literally our drum and bass aficionado. He's the head of...
he is, definitely.
Yeah, he's the head of our drum and bass, so literally Gaz, run with it.
I think Gaz was on Red Alpha, and I think Dean was as well.
Yep, Dean was.
Dean Daughters was on there. There's Prison Prime.
Small world, eh?
It is tiny, isn't it?
It is,
He's in North America,
Yeah, and Gaz is from Australia.
But this is in the early days of the internet. No one actually made any money. There were some like dodgy characters.
Fade out. Fade out.
Fuck fade outs.
You did.
Did I?
Yeah. Listen.
That's probably
I'm glad you said fuck
shit.
fade outs because you just faded out.
Yeah, that's what Radio 1 say. Yeah, buy pop pickers. Pop pickers. It's up to you. I should have left some hatch. I mean, yeah, that's just for the DJ to mix with.
It just this.
Yeah, there you go. That's
cheating.
No, it's not.
It is. Fade outs are for cheating.
Oh, okay.
Fade outs are.
I was pretending I was a mixer.
I'm going back down to 8.
Well, I've never actually done any DJing, so only online.
I'm sorry, Warren.
Digital,
8. I can't give you the 0.8 because of that fade out. Fade outs.
I don't want your 0.8.
Keep it. Fine, I will. I'll have it back. It's mine, and I'm taking it.
I'll keep my fade out. You keep your 0.8.
Yeah, that's fine with me. Yeah, happy hardcore, side trance, fade outs, and there's something else in that list which I can't remember. Anyway, Jen, how did you feel about Warren's track?
I thought it was a good 8.5. Yeah, it was nice. Yeah.
How did you feel about the fade out?
I don't like a fade out. It's like they got bored.
Yeah,
I did. It basically was.
I think it's not really.
Hey, all my tracks are just loops that just think they're, loops with ideas of grandeur. That's basically my musical prowess.
It's difficult. You're asking me for comments on music, and I've not been doing it that long myself.
How long have you been doing it, Jen?
About 6 years.
That's long enough.
Yeah,
what even guitars and things?
4 of that was really just
farting around.
About.
Yeah, that's how it is for everybody.
Tracks.
No.
What about guitars and things like that?
Well, I learnt guitar and piano at school.
There you go. So you've been doing it at school, piano, but you still started like you still took the blue touch paper, so to speak.
I'd still start from there, you know.
Yeah, definitely start from there. That's what you got to.
You add that to that.
And keep those albums influences.
Yeah. Add that to that 6 years. Honestly, I think you give yourself a hard time. The stuff that you're creating at the moment is fucking banging. Last track before, I think it was, that you put into the URL. It's starting to really solidify. Honestly, your sound is getting
There's
so much better.
There's a big difference at the moment between what I can do with the rig and what I can do set at Ableton. So my CLOWNFEST set is nowhere near as good as those last couple of tracks in the CLOWNFEST.
Yeah, but that's because of hardware versus software limitations.
When it's all live, if I just walk away, it will just repeat what I'm doing.
Yeah. No. I'm really looking forward to your CLOWNFEST set because I've seen you grow as like producing in Ableton, and now hopefully because that's what Warren taught me is the little touches that tracks need when you're live. If you can add them in somewhere like risers, downlifters, and bits and pieces.
I sometimes actually you get one shots. What I sometimes do is put the one shot into arrangement and then bounce it as a 16 bar loop. So instead of it being a 0.8 bar, a 16th bar, it's actually that long. So then when you put a follow command on, then when you hit it, it comes on at the end, and the next one will come on at the end as well. And you can kind of but then you can also use them as one shots. And then no matter what you do, that one shot will then roll around every 16 bars and do something. If you're busy doing something else, it remembers it rolls around and then follows the next one on a random or whatever you want to follow it as.
I'm using the 707 for that kind of stuff, risers and falls and bits and pieces to add in and stuff. So that's how I'm getting around it in my hardware setup. Simply because it's 8 polysynths in one box, which is fucking
same thing with drums, like having fills. So at the end of a drum, having a fill right at the end of it, at the end of the 16 bars, so that as it turns, it goes before it goes into the next, and have several fills so that they loop round as well to sound interesting. Because it's hard to do it all on your own. Yeah, a lot of people thought I was really down on software. I wasn't. It just frustrated me, and I could get things done quicker on hardware. Now that I've reached those limitations, I'm now exploring software. I was never against software. It just frustrates the hell out of me. I like the fact with mine, because I'm making my own fills and everything, I have to be on the ball with my kick when it comes in after the drop, or else I'll fake, it'll be gone. Then I've got to fake the fact that I pretend mate was meant to do it.
You do a lot of your fingers, don't you?
Well, yeah, so I've got a kick drum, and I'll turn the kick drum, I have a drum roll for the kick drum, and if I then forget to hit the kick drum afterwards and start it all again, and it's just the percussion, it's like, where was that stop? And then you've got to pretend like, I meant to do another one. No, another 16, just do it for another bar, and then pretend you meant to do it, sort of thing. But I like the fact that it's a bit scary.
Yeah, that's what I like about doing it performance.
This is Fuzzy.
Is it? Okay.
Oh, nice, Jim, I met Jim at the Blue Mountain.
Is this off that album on Bandcamp? There's the really chilled out stuff.
Yep.
Because I've got this. This is beautiful.
Swim Through the Waves. This is an album teaser. None of us have to mark this, but we're all going to say it's amazing.
I bought it.
Yeah. Okay, if you... I'll see if I can find
nice bass on that. It's on there, is it? You're going to put a link to it? Yeah, Jim's CLOWNFEST set was amazing.
Downstairs.
This is Jim's, isn't it? Yeah, singing money.
Bad music, isn't it? Come on.
Oh, fuzzy tracks. Right, okay, I'll try and find that. Okay, so just seeing as though that was so small, and we don't have to mark it because we've already heard most of those tracks. What I'm going to try and do is find the link for that. Anyway, that is a great album. Like Jem bought it. You said it was a great album. Really, really is. Musically, absolutely beautiful. I'm going to try and find a link for it, but at the moment I can't find his SoundCloud because Fuzzy is just such a ridiculous.
Is Jim watching? Maybe Jim can go.
Yeah, Jim, if you are watching, I know he's in Thailand at the moment.
Is that next to Iraq?
Boom, boom. Yeah. Oh, we've got two awesome dad jokers in tonight. I'm surprised.
If you have a question about living with sight loss, no matter how big.
Yeah, I'm really funny or really annoying, one or two.
Yeah.
That's it.
Reminds me of Milton Jones.
That's just humans, though, isn't it? That's literally, it really is.
Yeah, those quick one-liners like Milton Jones. Can't beat it.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
He's good,
yeah, I really like
Jen
that.
bought Fuzzy's album, and we've all heard most of the tracks from it. I will try and find a link for you in a minute. We don't have to mark or say anything about that. Jim, you should have just put a track in, mate, link to Bandcamp. That would have been so much better. But anyway. Dropout, who you can catch CLOWNFEST Day after party, I think. Come on, give me a kick so I know levels.
Sonics in it. It's quite a nice separation of sounds. Was that actual siren in it then? Was it? No, wasn't.
I don't think so. No, I thought of that. I think it was outside.
Was it? It went well, isn't it? It was in.
Was the siren in it?
Yeah.
Unsure.
Don't know. Very crisp and everything's got its own space in the mix. Nice.
Oh, he's got Electron kit, so that would be
right. Yeah.
That would be why. Right, I can't find Fuzzy on Bandcamp. Fuzzy, change your name, mate. Come in.
I'm talking to. Someone said put your mic closer.
You've got such a softly spoken voice.
It's annoying trying to smoke and have a microphone in front of your face, isn't it? You've got to put it on the side of your mouth like Popeye.
Welcome to my world.
Is that how you do it? I've been trying
He's got it on his chin, look. He's only got his on his chin.
It's right underneath the lip.
Yeah, I know, but it's still on your chin rather than on your lips, like, so it's not.
that, yeah.
Yeah, as close as you can, ideally.
Do you know
I think you've got the lowest mic anyway.
That's
I'll
clever.
bump you up here.
I just walked downstairs and I didn't turn the mic off and the dog was barking and stuff.
No. They can hear it in the toilet, but they can't hear it when you go downstairs.
Can they hear sort of double tracking from the music, like an echo of the music to
Thankfully
the microphone?
not.
That's not too bad then.
Check out when...
Listen.
It is nice and dark.
Check out
Alien Probe, Polo. Marco, Polo.
This is rolling along nice. I'd like it to do a bit more. A little bit.
Again, if you're on it in a sort of like a... I don't know, if you're like on chemicals of some kind, then it works really well. Because you don't care about that, you'll be in a hole.
You need the groove.
You need that just to plod on, man, and just take you on that journey, man.
It's repetitive.
And just like push you forward. And that's it, that's all you need, you don't need finesse. Sort of post-96 techno, warehouse techno, that kind of shit, like when everyone did get properly on the K, unfortunately, and ruined techno.
The sample could be
know what I mean? Getting that, but that's just trying to reproduce the record, isn't it? Sometimes, like with dance music, like this, limitations are intentional by the producer to make it sound a certain way and have a certain feel to it, and not have. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
some people like repetitive stuff. Like,
yeah, that's good, man. That's come up a notch now with that.
Yeah, that's gone up.
And you still got room to add some rides to it if you wanted to, and take it up even further.
Oh, he did what I always tell people to do. When you're coming back in, make it more than was here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
That should have carried on. That I think that. Oh, was that you stopping it?
Yeah, it was me.
Oh, was it? I was going to say. Sounded a bit weird, like, because the lead line stopped.
Solid 8.
Yeah, I'll give it 8.5. Definitely. It's well produced. Works.
Nice and pacey.
Does what it's doing. It seems to have a breakdown at bar 65, coming back in at 81. Standard stuff. Nice little play out at the end. See, it's got a little play out rather than mine stopping like with a fade. There you go. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what it needed after that next bit. There you go. So it went out once with the lead line. Now that lead line then can start getting squelched with the filter shit.
Yeah.
Just to,
that's what I do with it.
You know.
Sounds like he's putting a delay on it. Delay.
Yeah.
Up a little bit.
Just to keep it interesting. Well, that's an interesting trick, that one they do with techno, where they like have one of the percussive bars like 7 bars instead of 8 bars, so that as it comes round it changes every fucking like so many bars, and it makes it interesting, makes the brain think that it's changing.
Yeah, you can do that on.
So he's getting that filter going a bit now.
No, you
not too much.
Yeah, no, I don't know what I was going to say. That's why I stopped. It's talk for the sake of it, mate.
Changing the lengths of the tracks on the Deluge to make it sound interesting.
Yeah, no, I wasn't going to bang on about the Deluge. That was.
Fuck the Deluge.
Mine's got buttons falling off it and all sorts.
Yeah. When you were doing the demo, I could see how much tape you've got on the sides of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, I've got the modular stuff. I'm going to set up a little modular area with the Deluge.
Just the heart. Yeah.
And then I've got a spare one.
Oh, cool to send a CV out, doesn't it?
No, I'll give this an 8.
Yeah.
I agree with Syntax and Paul.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, 8. I think solid 8. Good track.
Yeah,
did what
solid
you
8.
needed to
Definitely.
do.
Yeah.
Rolled along nicely. Came back in bigger here. I kind of get the feeling this might have been a bit long, with the same sort of rhythm going on over it to introduce the change here. But
as long as it's progressive, you know, when you keep it like adding bits to it and then taking bits away, that would have been a bit more of an interesting thing if it progressed up to a ramp and then petered out.
That's what I mean.
To
like
a different
the
ramp.
first bit was just
You know.
too long to be able to for the impact to be impacty enough. Anyway, John Alchemy from it is from his Friday sessions. Oh no, it's not. It's just a 7-minute track. Am I right? Am I seeing that right?
From his porch.
I love it when people do it on the beach and stuff.
Yeah. I always wondered about doing mine. I just cannot be ass breaking it down. I like, you know, people do this cable management shit. I had my cables plugged in the same way, and I just like unplug one, plug it in over somewhere else, like for like years.
I fucking hate that.
Yeah, mine's
Years and years and years.
I don't want to unplug
I don't have labels on it, so I know whether I'm unplugging. You have to unplug it and do everything, don't
You're
you?
always bloody rearranging. My mum said to me the other day,
Rearranging, yeah.
my mum said, it's tearing his rig
But you
down.
do a total cable teardown, don't you, as well? Every time.
I
hate
mine down since last January when I set out this January.
I love crowbar and stuff in.
No, I can't stand it. It drives me
Crowbar that in there. That's it.
mental. Messes
You
with
got
my
those packed in
OCD.
your little teeny, haven't you?
I have too much, really. I have to get rid of it. So this is like being done with a Key Step Pro.
And a beat
Is that a Volca down there on the right? Volca keys? Or Volca
No,
Bay?
that is a Typhoon, I think.
Is it?
The Volcas are all over here.
He's bringing
right.
with his large
I know they've got.
jams,
That we
he's
covered.
No,
gonna-
they're over here now.
That's what I was thinking, saying over there, look.
Yeah, I thought you meant there. No, yeah, he's got some Volcas.
He's
in the
good.
So
corner.
it was a Beat Step Pro and a Key Step Pro.
Yeah. And a little lack, I think, down there.
They're quite good, aren't they, though? So four tracks each, isn't it? So that's 8 tracks of sequencing you can do there.
Yep. Bit slow, John.
Is it? What if you want it to be slow? Sometimes slow is good because it creates big sort of emotional spaces and stuff.
Oh yeah, I agree.
TYCHO?
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Sort of quite in thinking man's electronics type thing. Not quite as broken up, but I always think that because I think that the hardware is quite limiting, that anyone who makes something which is not limited with just hardware is quite clever. So I've always got a lot of respect for someone doing something like this, and he's playing that live now.
Yep.
So respect to someone who knowing, not playing a bum note Insta. If that was when I think, right, remember it's the one next to the 2 little ones on its own. Is it C? Is it? Yeah, that's it. C.
We're only getting like 5% of what he does every week. He starts off his weekly streams on a Friday and does between an hour and 3 hours, and there's nothing programmed into any boxes before he starts.
Nice.
Not one thing.
Nice.
Wow. Yeah, right.
I think anything you can do to make it not just press and play is good.
Yep. Looks like he's just brought an iPad into the equation.
I like that change up there.
Yeah, that's interesting. Bringing that drum and bass beat into it. Is it fitting?
It's a bit harsh.
It's going in like every 3/4 with bar on it or something.
Hey, yellow.
No, it's there. You got to remember the drum and bass is like 160 BPM, so after that is 80 BPM. So, you can play slow music and make it in the drum and bass quite easy. It might take people by surprise.
I think that's really good.
Yeah.
This is lovely. I like this little electronic noises that came from it.
Yeah. Yeah, little offbeat ones. I need coffee.
Well, if you want to take over the show, I'll make coffee.
Yeah.
Or you can go and make coffee.
Okay. Well, we've got to play the next track.
Yeah.
Find it wherever it is and whatever.
Don't worry, I'll make it foolproof. Yes, indeed, Stick Nice, we are playing all the tracks tonight. There's only about 120.
All of them.
127? Only about 27 in the show, so there's only about 10, 11 left. So I did say about 3-hour show.
Yeah, the more, yes, that's that half-time, double-time is nice because it's, because he always let us know that it's a slow track, but then he's like doubled the BPM on it and made it into a sort of a slowish drum and bass track, Yeah, that's good. That's a good thing about like anything like 80, 90 BPM, you can double that up quite easily and not be too shocking.
Love those little fast rolls.
It's just 140 BPM, you got a job with that. Because when you have, 140 BPM, that's basically dubstep in it. Because that halves down to reggae, which is much slower.
Playing on the Micro Freak now, you can't quite see it, it's just out of shot.
Yeah. I'd say doing it hardware is just like kudos to that, because you know that's not an easy thing, is it?
It had that slow vibe, and then it jumped up into that
clever
drum and bassy vibe.
Someone who knows his beats.
I like that one. It's dark as well.
Just a tiny touch slow for me. Well, did you give it a 9 point something?
Was it slow though?
Yeah, it felt slow.
So was it 80 BPM? Was it 160?
I mean,
you don't know.
Again, you got to give John kudos because that didn't exist before he stepped to it. The man's a genius. It's just a little bit too slow for me, that one. So I'm still going to give it a solid 8, you know. And you got to give the man kudos for doing it live. Warren, how did you feel about that one?
Yeah, definitely. I like that one. It's yeah, I like the way it changed up, and like again, say someone doing it on hardware, making something on the fly like that, very creative, and nice use of doubling the beat up. So I'll give that about an 8.5, 8.9.
Maybe I can put it like this.
Is this catastrophe hair? Is it?
It is indeed. If this peaks, just pull it down a touch.
It will indeed.
That kind of hurt, you know. Imagine.
I'm alright for a minute, thank you.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I thought I had it. I was looking for it earlier actually.
Actually, I will have a coffee.
Oh yeah. I haven't drank that yet.
No,
look at that.
So imagine you only
don't waste
get
caffeine.
this
Don't waste the
shit
bottle. That's
switch
where all the
off.
proper
That's
caffeine
the problem most get
is.
a gift from God, but it's like I can only communicate.
You
A song like this,
haven't been abroad enough. You know, have a bit of ice in it. Yeah, honestly, go abroad, right, and have cold coffee with ice in it.
Listen,
Here's the
follow
dom.
my tongue. It's like I've had
Let's go
dreams
listen to
that
this
I never
anyway.
achieved since young. Sick one. I just want something that I made to give me income, and it's not about the page, just the world we live in. I'm so close to the edge, bring it on. There's no space in my head next to the demon. I create 'cause the waves got me back in the corner or something. I ain't strong as I appear. It's overwhelming, all of the fear. I'm making music just to stay here, trying to use it, turn it into a career. If I can do it, maybe I can be human again. What you saying? Do you see now? Do you see? Do you see? Well, imagine going into work every day, not knowing where to stand, not really having a plan, not really fulfilling any potential. Damn,
That's where the strings come in. Give a bit of weight.
Proper worthless, yeah, real. Can you feel? I cut the call 'cause I felt the call. Had to get something out there. This survival, can I do it again? Can I really pinpoint what's going on? Where then can I put my finger on the emotion brought on? Is there a way I can say what I want to say? You will just understand I ain't coping, man. Multiple personalities pull me through, and sometimes, yeah, I need you or him or her, but the God's still up and it all still a blur.
It's really good, isn't he?
Yeah.
It's really good.
Yeah, a lot of emotion in that, the lyrics. I've read a few of Catastrophe Harry's, I don't know how you pronounce that, Hare or Harry, his work, and it's really emotional. He works a lot.
Do you see?
Yeah.
He's very prolific.
I'm a cube, Rubik's trying to hold
bar
up before I
spitter.
lose it. Boom.
But he's got a very good flow, and he's got good synonyms and metaphors and stuff for his sort of
terror that everybody in the world is gonna leave forever.
It's got nice
I can't
structure,
shout,
yeah.
I can't get together, fighting myself, whatever. Yeah, my reality is fucked, but I'm trying to build it up. I escape through this, choose to use it. I selected this road fed up because I was looking for happiness. What? I'm trying to find it. There's something around here quite near. Yeah. But I keep missing it, keep messing up. I'm not there for my friends as much as I could be. I ain't
Track
dealing with the
sounds
shit
nice
me.
as well.
I just think of what I could be. What I
sounds like it's very cathartic for him as well. I mean, you know, getting these words out. Obviously, they come from the heart, so it must be nice to be able to get them out and have your friends listen to it and go, "Oh man, yeah, that's all right. I know you're busy.
Look at the knife
Don't worry
on the
about
side, it beckoned me. And how the fuck can I be there for you when I can't be there for me? I'm just trying to get through, can you see? So this'll have to do for now, you get me. I gotta work on this for my own self-respect. All the
We're all
feelings
busy.
underneath the surface that you can't detect. All the nightmares, all the times that I wept, just step by step. Work in progress, yes, not there yet, unkept. Just looking for the challenge, yeah, what's next? At the bottom of the stairs, trying my best. Weak at the knees, now I slept. Can't do this now with respect. Too much, yes, I've got nothing left to give. Just trying to live. I'll be there in a minute, please forgive. I ain't strong as I appear. So overwhelming, all the fear. I'm making music.
Yeah, that's really good.
Trying to use it, turn it into a career.
There's a lot of emotion in that.
A lot of
isn't there?
emotion in that. You know, I think it works really well with the track. I better stop that. No, it's not going to play anything else. Yeah, I think it's a very emotional track. I think it works really well. You know, a simple. That's where you can see a simple hip hop beat, just with an added bit of vocals on the top.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot else there. Just the piano and the violin come in. But it was good. It was arranged nice.
Exactly.
I liked it.
Yeah,
really good. Really.
And very emotional. You know, it made you listen to what was going on. You know, I knew it was about. You know, it was a well done. Yeah, good stuff.
So
that's 9.
That's a 909.
Yeah.
I think. Catastrophe's track, which I thought was really good. Lots of emotion.
Yeah, definitely a 9 on that one.
You know.
Unfortunately, the man's got talent.
Unfortunately. Yeah. What do you mean, unfortunately?
Yeah, he does have sorrow in his voice.
Yeah, it's good.
He does.
That's good, but that's nice to get that out
in his voice.
Yeah. And it sounds honest. It sounds like it comes from the heart. So you know.
As Lindsay pointed out a couple of months back, it sounded like he was putting on the London twang to start with. Now it actually sounds like he's using his own voice rather than putting on somebody else's voice. Yeah. Unfortunately, I cannot comment on that track because I was not here. Next up, we have...
We're in that weird bit, aren't we, between Christmas and New Year?
Yeah. I like it. It's nice.
Don't know what day it is.
Yeah.
It's called not being at work.
What, you know?
Shall I go to the kitchen and eat cheese from the fridge directly, or shall I sit in the front room and...
Is there turkey left?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Watch a rerun of some film that was on like 3 Christmases ago.
So, have you all seen Christmas movies this year?
I've seen a really good one. I'd really recommend it. It's called A Boy Called Christmas, and I thought it was going to be really twee and shit. I heard it on the radio. It was a film, and I've got the Mrs. Stan laid off from home now. And it's really good. Yeah, it's brilliant.
Boy Called Christmas.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I watched Nativity. That's got
with
Martin.
Right. Yeah. I think I saw that's about to play, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. It's not like that. Then we got another sort of like hip-hoppy vocally sort of track.
It's funny how they come in pairs.
With female vocals like Censor.
Who's this?
Don't know. Who is it?
This is MC Chris
featuring
Vet.
Oh, it's got a side trap. Oh, it's side trap. Two of my most favouriteest things. Side and trap. Probably not actually. Do you like trap? That reminds me of Censor a little bit.
Yeah.
Like both kinds of trap.
Do you know Censor? Yes. Oh right. I don't know. Oh right. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. But yeah, Censor. Do you know the band Censor?
No, I don't.
It's sort of like rock hip hop with sort of festival-y kind of Hawk Windy sort of type vibes and hip hop and that. So they got a Dissident Noise Factory, very much like them. When we're seeing them at, DNF. But they got a female vocalist and a male vocalist, and they play off each other, don't they? And she does the highs. Yeah, Censor, brilliant. Get to know.
Nice vocals there,
Yeah, I can do it very quietly, like in the back of my throat. But yeah, this is good. I like the vocals be higher. Up front, it needs to be up front. That's the thing with hip hop vocals. If you're right in your face in the background, you just take a step back. Sounds like a Dalek. Bubbly Dalek.
I get stoned to this.
Yeah.
Nice.
Who's the vocalist? And is that someone who's working with the artist, the vocalist? Is it?
I think so. Yeah. What was
featuring MC Chris remix.
Chris provided his vocals to remix his great Star Wars fan fiction rap of Boba Fett.
Oh, Boba Fett rap. Yeah, it'd be really good to hear his vocals more up front.
Yep, I agree with Warren on this one.
You could maybe twist them up a little bit for certain parts, like when you put established what he said already, so you already know what he said. You're going, oh, that's just him saying the same thing again, but twist it up. So if you're going to twist up vocals, let the punter know what they are first, and then fuck them up. Because otherwise, I don't know what. Boba Fett, good subject matter though. What's that? Yeah. Because then they go, what? Because you know what it was, because you made the song, but no one else does until you tell them it. And if you do that, you get around copyright as well, like I did with my Ragatek set for CLOWNFEST. It's got that. So you haven't seen it yet? I can remember it. I haven't seen it. It's not been done yet, but it's on CLOWNFEST over the next couple of days.
Do you like a reggae set? What's before?
You did do a live stream.
I did one track live stream, off the set. I think it's Ring the Alarm, BG Bantam. Then you got to mess it up a little bit so it doesn't sound the same. I expect they'll still get a copyright thing on it, but.
Okay, how'd you feel about that track?
Really good, yeah. I mean, I'll probably give that just a 7.9. I'll actually give it an 8 if I could hear the vocals a bit better, and a 9 if it was uber polished. Do you know what I mean? But just hearing the vocals better would give that would have jumped from a 7.9 to an 8.4.
Yeah, I'm with.
If I could hear the vocals, like what the guy was saying, because they sounded good. Sounded like he got good vocals.
Yep.
Sounded got skills.
Apparently, it was a rap about Boba Fett. So.
Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah,
what amazing.
Just couldn't hear it. So I'm going to agree with Warren on this one totally. Jen?
Yeah, I'm down with that. I like the track, but I would like to hear the vocals
a bit more.
But the track was
it did sound like sense, didn't it, Stick? Yeah, I reckon. When that female vocal came in, Stick, I thought it sounded sensory.
It was quite a chilled track, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah, bubbler in the background. So we're talking about Warren's set for CLOWNFEST, and I can give you a little sneak peek at it.
Oh no! Yes, this is all like being controlled live. So I've got a track of drums and a track of a sample and one shots, like little pews and grooves and all that, like that. And then hitting the keys off there. So that's me hitting the keys. And then that's drum rolly thing, like Mark uses that now, just stutter at it.
Oh, 3 banks of 16 to play with.
Nice.
What's that you think?
Stutter at it. That one. A, B and C.
Oh, this is actually a local man, this is doing this music. Well, I was not going to release this, but this is a local MC called Monksman. If anyone knows Monksman and Blackout JA and Ramjack. We like to do a lot of local reggae and dancehall stuff. Yeah, we worked on a track with him, and Daddy Freddy as well was also on this track, but I used Monksman's for this particular one. Daddy Freddy, at least I actually met him a few times because he was hanging around with Mark. I think they still are actually doing stuff with Mark, my friend Mark Thomas. He's under the name of Ramjack. That's a professional sort of name. And I went over to Bristol to their studio and worked on something. It never came into anything like, but we had a bit of a laugh. So this is the techno bit of it.
That's what you're getting. If you want to see the rest of that, you have to tune in on
30th. Or 31st.
30th sounds about right.
30th.
Day 7 sounds about right.
9, 10 o'clock in the evening.
Something along those lines, yeah.
But it's a bit punk rock in a way because it's kind of like launched and stuff and made on the fly. So all I've got is a vocal sample and some bassline samples and hats and rides and kicks and shit and loops arranged on the fly. But no flies were hurt. Who's this?
PtAC.
Who's this? PtAC, yeah, man. He was the one that disappeared from Facebook, didn't he?
Yeah, he committed social media suicide.
He did.
Just dived off it.
Yeah, selling sunglasses. I still didn't buy any sunglasses, sorry.
Just saying hello to your left.
Yeah, PtAC. PtAC.
He's actually Jesus on Facebook.
Jesus.
That's a chord, isn't it?
Oh, I see Jesus.
G suspended 7th. Hey Pap, you alright mate? Nice to see you again. Jen is only in my right speaker. That's messing with your head. That's mad, isn't it? Why do you turn your headphones round then? Yeah, didn't see them thinking that, did you? Out there for thinking, down there for walking about. I like this already. Bit moody.
I want his surf stuff. I really want that 1950s surf stuff that he does.
There are a few people that make tunes in our kind of little community, and some of them really stand out above the rest. So they make music that shines Pap's one of these people. Everything he makes, remember in the past, has just been like
outrageously good.
Do you know what I mean? I know I'm just a wannabe really, but some of the people make some like gorgeous stuff. You know, easily competing with the big boys. This thing is falling apart, Mark.
Yeah, I did say it would.
Oh. That's better. That little delay, that pause from that last thing, that was good, that stagger.
Excellent, I'm in mono. I'm quite happy being mono.
That's right.
So can you tell
That's an illness, isn't it, that people get in America, isn't it? I got mono, man. What is mono? Any American viewers tell me what mono is? Because I've been saying, I was for 6 months I had mono.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think, what the fuck is mono? Do we ever get? Why do English people get mono?
We get stereo.
Because you get 6 months off of that. That'd be amazing. Make some tunes then. Promise, I wouldn't sit on Scum or Red Dead Redemption Online. Hey, this is nice. This is Pat.
I was hoping for speedier.
I mean, it's not for the dance floor, really, is it?
No.
But it's great.
I love
it. Absolutely love it.
It's unusual. It's
I like the
different.
pop back in with the wah 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 wah. Quirky.
And I get the impression sometimes people purposely go away and make something that's not contrived and say me like everything else. And I think that's a good thing.
The one of those people that
do you know
does
what I
that.
mean?
Follows his own, same as Duncan Mabry. They follow their own, that they're not, they're not tied by a genre.
I know, he makes everything unquantized. Nothing is on the quantized, not a thing. He just drops it in to call it Pro in different tracks.
Or just plays it in live.
Drops it in, just drops samples in wherever he looks like that's where it should be. Or he thinks it is, and just does that. And then he makes his own grid up.
It gives it personal feel, doesn't it? A swing.
Alien Probe says, feels like dancing in thick gravy, and then retracted his comment. I agree with you, mate. Keep the comment there, it works.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. What's wrong with dancing in thick gravy?
No, it works.
There's a lot of people that like
put it back.
Yeah. Feels exactly like. Change it again and feels exactly like dancing in thick gravy.
I enjoyed that though a lot.
Just put it out there.
I do. I love Papa Dumtech stuff.
Yeah,
I'm really looking
good.
forward to his CLOWNFEST stuff. Okay, so that was too slow for me, but you had everything there that it needed to be towards the end.
Yeah,
it got
give
really
that an 8.9. It's not an outstanding yow, but it's still great. It's a great track, great electronic
Would
track.
you give it 8.9? I'm going to go slightly lower.
I would, because I put it over the realms of the big boys.
8.5. In the realms of the big boys.
Yeah, sort of like,
Yeah, it's good stuff.
Sticky icky.
He's
ooh wee.
I can't think of his name. But yeah, there's a famous producer that's out at the moment. As a sort of thing he plays, and it's minimal, but it's well thought out. Because it's well thought out and intelligent, it becomes then like a work of art. If you get me, do you know what I mean?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This year, we've all had time to reflect, reconsider, and reassess what matters to us and our future.
Yeah,
the URL is the only thing that matters. Okay, so Alien Probe gave you like a 9.5 on your drum and bass recording, has now got a track into the show. 8-bit music power by Alien Probe.
I like 8-bit of 8-bit.
I wonder if his score earlier will taint your view on his track. I wonder if he'd be more generous.
I think this is going to be sort of drum and bass. I don't know. It's got
electronic.
It's definitely got like a skanky sort of reggae sort of feel to it already.
Alien Pro says just a work in progress.
No, 4-beat.
Papa Dumtech also says that his track was an unfinished tune.
They all say that.
Yeah.
They all say that. Yeah. That's good.
Yes.
I've only got
I have more.
tobacco at home.
No, it's good. That was really good, Pap. Or G.
If you need it.
Yeah, I do. Cheers. Sorry.
I like that muffled old synth sort of sound. Sounds like very dancehall sort of old. Cool. It does sound like old school reggae sort of. Scratch Perry sort of.
Oh, I like that.
That's not what I expected it to
forward,
go.
yeah.
At all.
No, but
Also 808 bass. garage, isn't it?
Yeah. A little bit faster if you speak garage.
Yeah. Hold tight, clan on me, I'll seize ya.
We got an MC in the place tonight.
I love really cheesy old hip-hop vocals in tracks. Again, like, if you're going to put some of a vocal track and don't be sincere with it, be fucking cheesy. That's the problem with emotional, like, you know, you want to leave your emotions at home and just go out and have a party.
Yep.
Some of the early ones, the cheesy ones, were the original best ones though, weren't they?
Yeah, but I didn't like things like Encore on Fire and all that sort of emotional trance. You know, the stuff we used to listen to, which is what I was influenced by, was probably sort of hard house and hard trance, that sort of thing. So very little emotions and key changes, just banging beats, you know, just to dance to.
Are you into hard house, mate?
Yeah, that's what we used to listen to. The UFO Club style. I mean, when, like, for instance, say when Carl Cox came down there, his album that was out at the time was sort of 126 BPM, sort of housey, chart house sort of stuff that you get in your vanilla clubs. But then the UFO Club, when he came there, he sort of went on after a few DJs obviously, and the set he played basically the stuff we listened to. So hats off to the fucking guy. He played an amazing set, and it was just like the stuff we were playing normally every night, you know, that the residents would play.
Yeah.
But in his own style. So, you know, damn good DJ. But yeah, it's more of a sort of a harder sort of techno-y sort of type thing.
Saw him for the first time 2 years ago in Malta.
Oh, right.
He sounds like the kind of person who would be on the waltzers, you know, like, "You alright, love, how's it going?" That kind of thing. It really shocked me.
Yeah.
Played to about fucking 10,000 people though.
No, he's only playing to about 600 people at the UFO thing.
Yeah.
But he was a preacher. It was a Boxing Day, I think. Classic Boxing Day UFO Club parties. This is nice, yeah, totally dub. This is.
Thanks, solid 8, somewhere around that. Dub's not really my thing, and again, it is a little bit slow. Guy says it's a work in progress.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. I mean, you could go a long way with this. You could go a long way to sort of change things. I don't know. Once, right, I made a track, and then, like I say, put loads of glitch plugins on the whole track. It's on my Bandcamp actually called No Marie. It's not mastered very well, but it's fucked up. I made a standard reggae track and glitched the fuck out of each track, and then the whole track. So you could do that with maybe, and just mix things up at the end, maybe.
Alien Probe, what are you using to create this one?
Anything like that, to be honest.
No, it's kind
I've never glitched anything up. Most of what I do, I just write. I'm still.
Yeah. There's many ways of doing it. You can do it manually.
Quite a fancy glitching stuff up.
No. Really, to get in there, it's micro edits. You know, just record your audio and then just chop it
up.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
But software can do it loads easier. It's cheating.
Sometimes what I'll do is I'll do an automation so that the glitch comes in at the end of a bar or half of a bar, so it's not on all the time. So you get the flat bit, and then you get your glitch being turned on. So automate the on and off button for your glitch plugin.
Yeah.
And then so you get the at the end of the thing, so it makes a little automatic fills.
I get you.
At the end of each bar.
Okay, so Alien Probe of his own track says, "Thanks for the play. Think it needs vocals and some more one-shots."
Yeah, definitely. With some big ragga vocals over that would be amazing. And then the ragga vocals sort of glitching out to like electronic 8-bit sounds. That would be great, mate. I'm a bit obsessed with glitch, you can understand, but no, yeah.
Warren wants you to turn it into a drum and bass track.
No, it's not so much that. I just need some like reggae or ragga vocals over the top of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really detect
Add some
BPM.
amen breaks and maybe pump up to about 170 BPM.
No, I think it needs to stand like that. No.
Yeah.
Maybe a dog barking on it.
Yeah.
Love it.
No, don't about dog bark.
Solid track, nice dubby thing.
Don't put too much on it. Just leave it as it is and just add things gently to it. Like, don't just throw everything at it because it might not need it.
Coming from a kitchen point of view, you can always add to, you cannot take away.
Yeah.
You know, so it's very, very important to bear that in mind whilst you are making music. You can make a right old
reach out to an MC if you want to get vocals on things. MCs love doing stuff. They're crying out for music.
Catastrophe is in overdrive.
Catastrophe can put a vocal over the top. That's top of that easy.
Easy. Easy. And he says he should put a 303 over it. I don't know.
No, leave the 303s alone sometimes.
Yeah,
less is more.
Less is more. Leave the 303s to me.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mark has all the 303s. That's all
I have all of them. I want them all.
How many have you got now?
8. Not 8? Yeah, 8.
8 303s.
I know. I want the MO as well, so there will be a 9th coming. Okay. Kate, you're most absolutely wrong. He says the link for my track doesn't work.
Any word when the MO is coming out?
Nice
early
little bit of break call.
Summer. Wait another 6 months and they'll be fucking 80 quid. You know?
It's got to be 200 BPM, is it?
It is true. It is literally. And you know Behringer are making fucking £100 and some pound regardless.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Okay, it's working, fella.
Oh, about 240 BPM this is. Ish.
Who's this? Putting my ears through this?
This is K.
Fucking CLOWNFEST 7 URL mix. By who?
By Verdroid. K Van der Haven.
Verdroid.
K is closing the festival on day 7. And you can understand why. This is quite tame for him.
Well, that slowed down and sped up there. That's nice. Do that manually a bit. Nice. That's half time.
Marios is asking.
Oh, there we go.
If you've thrown any more onto your tracks with the Neutron?
Who? Me?
You, yeah.
Yeah.
The huge Neutron. The Neutron tends to be quite a high. It tends to do high-end warblings really well.
It's a sign.
I haven't done much with that, so I can't use it for that. It's not a one-trick pony. I use it as just an extra lead really, because it's got that higher end thing. I was worried that all the Behringer stuff using that CM40 3340 would sound the same, but they don't. Fortunately, you know, they all sound different. I thought at the moment I'm able to sort of like compare the Neutron. I got the K2 thing, whatever that is.
Have you got the K2?
I got the K2 copy one, and the Boog, the Mini Moog copy, and the MS101 copy. So then they all do sound very different. Mainly thanks to the filters, I think. Yeah, the LFOs sound kind of like, not the LFOs, sorry, the oscillators sound quite samey, but that's the 3, that's the CN. That's the 340, isn't it? Chipper.
Excellent.
I'd like to do more top end on that kick, more like click on it.
Yeah, it's very muddy, but that's okay. Actionless says, I don't know, for me the Neutron sounds too clean compared to the other Behringers.
Yeah, it's very clean. I do it, my dirty mine up, I put it through distortion and stuff and you can also use its own distortion, like it's got its own distortion on it. It's got overdrive, yeah, so I use that.
Without it sounds too clean.
Have you got the Neutron?
Yeah, it's sat underneath the piano waiting for me.
Well, it just disappoints me.
I've got about 6 or 7 things to all put together in a big modular setup.
Oh, right.
But they're all waiting.
Okay.
There's a Crave, a D, a Neutron.
Oh, right, I didn't realise
that. 2600. Those 2 bits from wherever they are.
Yeah. The funny
plastic things.
Yeah.
Strange noise boxes.
Okay, it's too muffled, mate.
Yeah, the kick's too. If the kick was up there a bit, it would be good, but it makes it all sound a bit muddy.
Yeah.
And I listen to Venetian snares. Do you know what I mean? I like a bit of breakcore, a bit of fast mental shit. And I listen to Shitmat as well. And DJ Scotch Egg, and they're pretty mental.
It just didn't
sound. You need to have some like brightness in the kick, so it's so like it's like cha cha cha, you know. So it's got that punch to it.
I like a crisp kick.
Yeah, even if it needs to have bottom end as well, but it needs to have top end. Sometimes just layer it with a hat. Just a hi hat.
Tried that. What?
Yeah, just layer a hat. Yeah, that's a click. Make that a click.
Yeah.
Give that a go.
So, K, like it's a 7.
Take all the bottom off the hat.
K said it was a quick thing.
Well, off the cut.
We can tell, K. We can tell. Okay, so next up we got Tim Miller from...
Tim Miller, no, we will not let you go.
Tim Miller.
Verdroid is still writing his CLOWNFEST 7 set.
I'm not shocked. We had to download it as we were live on the night, and it dragged my internet down. I was like, hey, you're a nightmare, mate. Tim's set yesterday was fucking brutal.
Oh, this is live as well, was it? There's a very dark bit in the middle. What's that bit there? That void. The endless void.
Who is on guitar? Oh, it's Arjang. Is it?
Sounds like cross between Hawkwind and Kraftwerk.
Hawkwork.
Hawkwork. Yeah, Kraftwind.
Oh yeah, that one works.
I'll dance with a flag on the side of this at a festy. Like a crusty.
It's got quite a nice feel to it, hasn't it?
Oh, where's the box of joy? Resting box.
What? 2 seconds. What are you after?
Oh, that box is down to the left there.
Yeah, what are you after?
Just to rest on it. Use it as a table. Nice, what's that of? Jackson, is it? Guitar? Looks like it.
Do you want me to move over that bit?
You move over a bit to get in the camera.
No, I don't want to move over a bit. I don't want you to hit your leg, darling.
That's alright, no, that's alright. No,
I've bruised leg.
I'd work in a factory, I'd get used to shit. Just a donkey,
My dad was like that, hardest nails.
Yeah. We don't care. Oh, the rizzes are in there, aren't they?
Right, I want to hear a break soon. 4-minute track, we're 2 minutes in. I think the problem with the Arjang does this as well. There's no respite from the guitar.
Yeah, some light and dark, light and dark.
Yeah.
Or some high, like play some higher notes up in like with a 12th fret and play some pentatonic scales over the top of it.
I want to hear it stripped back.
Is that open tuning? That's definitely a Jackson, isn't it? That sounds nice with a little Steve Vai twist going on there. But that's what these tracks do, though.
Alan Crawford and Richard Lambo have just joined us. How's it going, people? In this weird limbo period between Christmas and New Year, where nobody really knows what day it is. Only reason I know it's Tuesday is because we're marking tracks.
Hey, Richard, Alan, hello.
Woosday.
Woosday.
Woosday. Happy Woosday.
I always call it Wish Day, because Tuesday is like right at the beginning of the week, isn't it? It's like just after Monday.
Tuesday, isn't it? It's the second day, isn't it?
Thursday.
Yeah.
It's near the end of the week.
When one makes it work, there's no shit, right? And he's a gamer geek. He wears a different t-shirt every day. And on Thursday, he wears a Thor t-shirt because it's Thor's Day. And they all have symbolic significance. I just wear the same t-shirt all fucking weeks. I'm a smelly bastard.
The only reason
that's where it was.
The only reason I changed my clothes is because you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
I only had a bath today.
Yeah, tell me about it, right?
Thought I was supposed to bet up. Yeah, I agree, Liara.
Yeah. This is a light and dark piece, though. This is like mixed up a little bit.
But the guitar has just been constant, you know.
Yeah, but this is playing in higher ranges now. You could have like stops and like, you know, a little bit.
Give us a break from it for a minute, otherwise.
And a synth solo. Learn the synth Arjang, and then you can do like synth solos.
It's not Arjang.
Is it not?
No.
I thought you said it was.
Yeah, look.
That was you. You said it. Take that back.
Yeah, so I think we like the idea of it. I just think it.
So if it was Arjang, that would have been a Les Paul. Or Gibson of some kind.
And there'd have been more notes in it.
Yeah, but they'd all been an open tuning on a pentatonic.
Take it away.
Difficult for me because it's not something I'd listen to at home. It's just a bit heavy rock-y sounding.
It's kind of festival.
I liked it. Could have done with a break and a build-up, maybe. It was just relentless. But what was there was really good. The guitar was great. Wasn't it?
Yeah, I think sometimes when dance artists get with like guitar artists, it kind of feels like a really long noodle because there's not much structure to it because they are kind of just jamming like over it kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what it sounded like, a guitar noodle. Yeah,
a guitar noodle, and you know sometimes I think structure is you know massively important, and a break from it as well, you know, so that that guitar isn't just constantly going all over it. What?
Yeah, the same. Yeah, that sounds like sort of proggy festival sort of acid band, you know.
Yeah.
and there would be a bit where the keyboards take over and the guitar takes over and then drops out, a bit like a jazz track.
Yeah.
So then you get the pianist having a go and the saxophone player, and they'll take turns. That would make it a better, something like that.
Yeah,
would give you more scope.
I just think structure. So
just having a guitarist playing a few little keyboard solos now and again.
And leaving the guitar alone.
Get a strap lock and fucking throw it down like that. Like, so you haven't got to worry about it. Like a rocker.
He's so rock and roll.
No, give it keyboards and then play something else. And then throw the keyboard away and get a flute.
Stick it into a distortion pedal.
Yeah, and then do some yodeling. Do a bar of yodeling.
Honestly, I don't want to go to that gig.
Honestly, yodel techno is going to be the next big thing, Mark.
I will if there's acid. If there's acid, I'll come.
I think Warren has just roped himself into doing some yodel work, which I'm happy for.
I'll make a genre up every week.
Okay, Techno Jam, Mackay Force, Ableton Push, Merry Christmas to everyone. This is somebody I friended on Facebook the other day. Loxy Philippe. Just give us a bit more.
You're grooming it now then, Mark.
I am, yeah. Sounds a bit side trance to me.
It does sound side trancey.
Alan Crawford of the last track says the playing was great. Very prog, 7 kiddies. Yeah. I'm around by that.
I'll give it about 7.5 just because it would have done with some light and dark shades and some synth solos.
Structure.
Yeah. Some big breakdowns with massive reverbs and that, like they're gone forever, like, you know, like people going,
yeah.
All that, yeah.
John Alchemy says, I think there was more jam rather than a track. Yeah. Solid 9 jam, absolutely.
Yeah, total 9 jam. Yeah, amazing.
Morgan, you smell psytrance. It's stinking. Live. Yeah, live it'd have been good.
That would have been amazing. It'd have been, yeah, man. Throw your cider at 'em. This is trance, definitely side trance, I'd say.
I'd say this was.
Sounds a lot like that band from America, what they call Infected Mushroom.
Oh God, I hate them.
Yeah, I'm not so keen on them.
People love them. It's like.
I would dance
it's like dance music you got from Tesco's, isn't it?
I was going to say
dances like, so I get some dance music from like this bloke on the street corner, like with a hoodie and that smells of like he's been up all weekend and that, or just like I get it from Tesco's. If you got it from Tesco's, you get like the side trance. You know.
I like that. Side trance, Tesco's music.
Yeah. It's like Tesco techno.
Mario says, Infected Mushroom have some good stuff, old stuff, mind.
Oh, a controller one, is that one controller? That's not too bad one.
Yes, indeed, Leo, and the galloping bass.
Yeah, the galloping. It's not a triplet. It's not a triplet.
Is it not?
No, it's not.
Why not?
Get me out of mistake. Well, it's just like.
No, it's not a triplet.
It's after it. No,
it's one and a space and then 2 more, isn't it? So it's
you basically put a quieter. You get your bass, but you get a bass note. The prominent one's on the offbeat, so it's still the offbeat one is there, but you put a quieter one either side of it.
Yeah.
Or you can put one just in front of it for one effect, but then you can put a quieter one in front of it. You get that galloping sort of bass. But it's still on the 8. It's still on 8/16 beats of the bar.
Smells like psytrance to me.
Yeah. It's nice though. It's a wrong patchouli, man. I wear patchouli.
Laura says, like, I'd get so fatigued hearing this on a big rig. Yeah, you've no idea.
It needs something different. This is what I like, you know. Because, you know, Murphy Static does sort of this kind of stuff now and again, but he puts the light and darks, drops and effects. Sometimes plod a bit, can it?
I mean, it's great. It sounds lovely, but these tones leave me flat, unfortunately.
Some like little accents between the 12 bars, like at the end, like sort of like big, like things like that. It'd be good. Bring it up a little bit. But again, it's on hardware. Look, or is it on Ableton? No, it's a Delude, isn't it?
No, that's a Force.
What's that? The button matrix thing.
Well, yes. Oh.
No. That's a Force, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Force.
Yeah, so with this builder, it could have stopped there.
Screen above it.
You know, with builder as it changes, you've got the opportunity to stop and like make people go, oh yeah, bang, and it's back in the next bit.
What else has he got there? Microfreak. What's the one above the Microfreak?
JDXI, I think. what this is.
Whatever that is that extra different buttons put on it, like some
random MIDI pad.
It's quite big room sounding, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's main room trance for sure. I mean, he's hit it on the head. Alan Crawford says quite like this a lot. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's built up quite nice from where it was.
Yeah.
It's continuing to build.
It's rimming an 8 for me though. I mean, it's really, really well done. It's live, but it's so trancey. Rich Lambo's loving it. John Rambo's loving it. Paul MC's loving it. Dean Daughters is loving it. It looks like we've got some Spanish speakers in the house. Anybody speak Spanish? Donde?
¿Cómo está?
Donde is where? Donde is where? Where?
Donde?
Esta Acrecia, where is the big something?
Big something? Oh, fill in the blanks. Where is the big?
Esta Acrecia, what's Acrecia? The grandissimo, something big, quite nice.
Oh Christ, it's 17 minutes long. I think we're just going to have to take it out of that first one. What did he write?
I've really said buenos dias, ¿cómo estás? That's about it, but it's about as far as it goes.
I started learning it during lockdown. For about 6 months, did it every day. And then I decided not to do it.
I spoke it when I was in Spain. I looked on my phone to see what it was. I listened and then said it to the, like, can I have my bill, please? And I'll have the, steak and chips, please.
Yeah.
Spanish, just to help.
I was going to move out there with my mum, but then she decided to come home instead. So
she's coming back. She's going to live out here now, is she?
She's coming back in about 3 months, actually.
Yeah, my in-laws were out in France, but they found that they were getting taxed way more than they used to be taxed before we left the EU.
Shocker.
It's travelling's becoming very expensive.
Yeah. We're so trapped on this
Brexit
island.
has messed up.
Good track though. Do we like that track?
I like that track. I mean, I liked it if it was a bit shorter with a bit of a few. I mean, I really liked it, the actual structure of it, but I prefer little breaks and drops and things that make so that when you bring in a new element that you have, like, you let the listener know that there's going to be a stop. So stop the kit for a minute, or just even for a second. I was spinning back or whatever.
Oh no!
But I think
spin back in
no.
That'd be the big one.
No! You're getting bad advice from Warren tonight.
Right, so Warren says put a spin back and an elephant noise in it.
Yeah.
So you go like
a midpoint rewind.
Loads of rides.
Not a dog barking.
Yeah, the dog barking on the next break.
The next break.
Drop.
Okay.
12 bars later.
Yeah, I kind of liked it. It was really nice.
Yeah,
I'm going to give it rimming an 8 though, but it's just too far in that trance for me to go. It was amazing, but it was really, really good. It sounded great. All noises were there. I think structure could do with a little bit, but it does look like it's a 15-minute long jam, and we all know we can get lost in 4 bars like stupidly easily. So, we can't. Oh, I was almost going to close the whole thing then.
Yeah, I do that. I have a jam and think, I'm going to record this as a track. And then I do it, and I think, that lasted 11 minutes. That's a bit long, really, isn't it? And because I really got into it and just got a bit lost and just kept
going backwards and forwards. But then you can chop bits out and use the good bits, can't you, and just make it into something.
I've only just got my setup working that it records 13 is the most I've done at once at the moment. 13 tracks of audio.
How's your timing on that?
Fine.
Like it locks. You don't have to do anything. You've got to push ins and outs or anything.
You've done a bit of track delay, haven't you? On Ableton.
Yeah, I put delays on some of them.
Okay. Yeah. And that's literally, it's working for you.
Well, when I chop them up, as long as you keep everything how it is, it doesn't matter if something's slightly out of time, because it'll be out in the right time when you move it up here. Even though it looks out of time, it'll come in at the right time up here with the track in relation to where it is on the grid, isn't it? So even though it's recorded all slightly out of time, you can chop that up and move it around still.
Yeah. I prefer. I want it on the fucking.
Most of mine can be if I feel with it.
Yeah. What I do normally is I play a MIDI track and I'll put MIDI track in with a 1, 2, 3, 4 beat on whatever synth it is or drum machine, and I'll record it and see where it ends up on the recorded WAV.
On the audio.
And then what I'll do then is I'll like do a minus. If it's ahead of the beat, I'll do a minus, and if it's before, until I get it so that it records and it looks on it locked. And then that track there is minus 15. So most of my tracks coming in through my 1608 are minus 15 track delay.
Yeah.
Minus 15 milliseconds.
Yeah.
And that seems to lock it bang on then.
Yeah.
And keeps it in time of Ableton. But if you go too far, things like beat repeat don't work. So like it goes out of sync with that.
Yeah.
So that's Ableton's clock. So you can't go too far.
Which is why I've gone over to a rig that is powered literally by Ableton these days.
Yeah.
Anyway, Alien Circus.
If you try and press buttons live to time chops and drops, it doesn't work, does it? Because the whole system's out of time.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the guy who wrote the new URL theme tune, Paul Flanger.
Christmas side trance.
There's no need, right? There's just no need.
All I want for Christmas is side trance.
I like this already because I'm a fan of offbeat bass. This is pretty much offbeat, isn't it?
So this sounds like the sort of stuff we would have had at the UFO Club, basically, that kind of like sparse hard house sort of, I don't even know if it is hard house, that's what we used to call it. It was certainly harder than Encore on Four.
There's something about still an offbeat bass that gets me. It's that doop, doop, doop.
Yeah, definitely. That's what it was all about in the 90s, wasn't it? For me, anyway. See that? That's your stop. You need one of those at the end of every bar, every 12.
I do that with the Chaos Pad at every 4.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, you can do too many cross-fadey spin-back things when you know, if I've watched a DJ and they did too many of them, it's bugging me a bit.
Don't listen to Warren, he's giving you bad advice again. Do it every 2 bars.
No, you don't need
to. Do it every bar!
Just make it unrecognisable.
Yes!
I've heard you do that for like 5 minutes solid on stage. And then fucking some sample and then more of it.
It's like the blend, isn't it?
Mental. Good. Who is this?
This is Paul Flanger, who is Paul Nebulous, or something like Nebulous, or something like that.
That's really good.
Yeah, and he did the URL theme tune that I played at the beginning, and you were like, really like, yeah, I really like this.
Yeah, I did. I like it.
See, that's total mental cheese. That is what you want.
It's got enough dynamics on there. He's pulled it all out. This melody
he's just chucked into it, which is random. Like that's just proper.
It's taking it into computer game territory for me with that little melody.
Yeah. That's good cheese.
That's good cheese, is that? That's good cheese. Stickness says, doved it at the UFO Club, 100%.
Yeah, we knew what it was about, didn't we, Stick?
Unfortunately, I never went to the UFO Club, but I did do my fair share of dubs. Dubs.
Speckles.
Yeah,
Bitsies.
Back when one was enough.
Yeah, it's a bit ravey. Yeah, this is a bit ravey.
Fun rave.
This would have gone down really well at UFO Club. You know, you can imagine someone like Sparks or Martian playing this.
Oh, I've danced to Martian loads. He was part of the 666 crew, wasn't he?
That's right, yeah. Red Alert as well. Bristol.
Don't know Red
Small
Alert.
Paul and that, and
I know Small Paul. Apparently, John Alchemy says the melody is out of key. Is anybody else picking up on that?
Well, that melody, that was random. That's what it's supposed to be. That melody that was on a minute ago, yeah, it was out of key. It's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be in key.
I didn't notice it. Well, then my ears I can't pick
it. It is kind of in key, but it's in a something like a Dorian mode or something like that, or Phrygian mode or something.
Right. I just use the octave. The SX.
Microtonal.
You've got a Rolly, haven't you? Yeah.
Seagull 25.
Yeah, any good?
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah. You're more of an expression player there as well, though. You play keys and stuff as well, don't you?
Yeah, I use it to play with piano usually, so I play piano, then with the right hand, use the Rolly.
Oh, okay.
I rarely use it for the rig. I sometimes
Does it
record
work
with it
with
if
synths?
able to.
Does it work with synths? Is it any good for synths?
With the Deluge is about to has now got MPE, so I can plug it into the Deluge and use it on the new wavetable synth on the Deluge.
Oh, right.
So yeah.
Yeah, that's proper funny. I like this.
Go on.
No.
Rich Lambo says, makes me think of Psy with a dash of happy hardcore. If two of like the worst categories you could ever put together in your life. Anyway, that was Paul Flanger, Alien Circus, Paul Christmas, Paul Flanger, Side Trance. So even himself, he said that wasn't Side Trance though.
No.
That wasn't Side Trance.
No, I don't think so.
That was just quirky rave, like that was quite good.
I think I want to give it an 8.
Yeah, I'd give it an 8.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I'm going to give it a 7.5.
Oh.
It was alright.
I like that stupid melody that didn't make sense. That's good. That's what you want.
It was alright,
I found it quite odd.
That would have been wonky. That's wonky.
It was quite odd.
Yeah, it's wonky music.
Yeah.
I make quite
it's when you're on a wonk, you need that.
In fairness, you know, we all do.
Oh, I don't know if you do.
You do.
Your last couple of tracks.
You just don't hear it, mate.
Oh.
It wasn't wonky. It was spot on. It was a drum and bassy type one you did, or a breaks one you did. What was it called?
Dipper.
Yeah, that was fucking rocking.
Yeah.
That was. I might play that actually tonight. Is that on your YouTube or SoundCloud or?
Had a Captain. It did have a bit of a Captain Tin Rib
feel.
vibe
Yeah,
about it,
yeah.
actually.
I'll go with that.
It did. Yeah. I didn't dislike it. It was just quirky, wasn't it?
Yeah. It's one of those tracks which is it doesn't take itself seriously, so you don't have to mark it seriously, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
But you can get quite bendy and twisted when you're raving, can't you, as well? So that'd be quite nice for that. Even when you know, I'm not on about like doing ketamine or anything. I'm on about just being a bit like gurned up. Can be a bit wonky on its own, can it? When you hear melodies go do do do, and it sends you off on that kind of jazz sort of vibe.
I like
thing.
odd music.
You know, when it does that, and it like whoa, that sort of like gives you vibes, doesn't it? I don't know, it does me.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Jen, is what's your SoundCloud? There we go. And is Dipper on SoundCloud?
I think you got 2 on there.
Dipper.
Really?
Yeah, I've got to rebuild the old ones. As I get better, I don't want to keep the stuff I look back on.
Yeah.
I don't like.
This has got what do you call it? What's that? Jump style, isn't it? Cool that.
Nice kick.
Hard style.
Yeah, hard style. Couldn't get into hard style.
I made a bit of hard style because my mate Stick likes it, so I made him a couple of tracks out of punk rock music. One of them was, X-Ray Specs, Oh Bondage Up Yours.
Oh Bondage?
Yeah, that's on the internet somewhere, a Warminster version of Oh Bondage Up Yours by X-Ray Specs, the hardstyle version.
I've heard it talk about that track somewhere. On the internet, on Facebook.
Some girls like to be seen and not heard, I think. Oh Bondage Up Yours!
Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah. I've heard that somewhere.
Oh, this is Stick Nas.
Oh, is this Stick?
Yep, this is Stick.
There you go.
Stephen.
Indeed.
Stick likes his hardstyle. I didn't even know that. Yeah, this is good, Stick. You've come a long way, mate. You've done really, really well, man. In a little journey you've had since getting into just...
It's about 2 years now.
Yeah, it is literally only that. And he's bought stuff, flipped stuff.
What does he use to make this?
Ableton,
mostly.
Yeah.
He's got a couple of synths. Crave, is it?
Yeah, and a 303. Or TD3, TD3.
It's moving along nicely.
It's got 606 as well, I think. Yeah, this is typical. But this is hard style, but like the local techno is a bit like this. It was the harder end of techno, which is the part of the techno crew we were with.
Apparently, Yeti says this is not hard style. This is hard trance.
Hard trance, yeah, but it's got that.
Yeah, the bass.
Yeah, it's got a hard style bass. That's right, yeah, it is. Yeah, in England it's not.
This, isn't it?
Yeah, faster.
Eastern European hard style's a bit different to UK hard style.
You call it hard trance?
Hard trance, yeah. But it's got that grunty sort of offbeat bass that's actually a reverse reverb kick. Or you can do it like that. That's
Is that Yoda up there, man?
Yeah.
Oh.
So
he's a bit
old
depressed, doesn't he?
Oh, it's...
He looks like a bit shy, actually. He's like, no, don't look at me.
That's like 18 when I got that.
Don't look at me.
Oh, really? Is it like an
Shy
old
Yoda.
one?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is it your wank Yoda?
I couldn't do that.
How could you say that? I just did.
Stick there says, yes, hard trads. It is hard trads.
Hard trads, yeah. Yeah, because hardstyle would have a beepy sort of like grunty keyboard, wouldn't it? Like a lead.
John Alchemy says, doesn't have gated pads. I've never used a pad in my life. Rando, you're well late, mate.
Pads are basically strings, Mark. You use plenty, mate.
Strings?
Yeah, strings are pads. Yeah, yeah, they are.
I'd call those strings.
Strings are pads. They're in the pad section of every preset you got. Strings. They pad stuff out. That's what it means. Padding stuff out. It means like a background thing that goes me. That's a pad.
I would have put strings in the pad, but, you know. I'll run with it.
That's that could have done with a filter on its stick. You could have like got like an auto filter and fucked with it a bit, took the resonance up a bit and made it sound like you were playing it more.
Yeah, could have a cut off on it or something.
Yeah, something to make it a bit more interesting. And
it's good though.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah,
nice track.
It's competent track.
You come on really leaps and bounds, mate.
Yeah.
You got the stretcher right, thinking like a DJ.
Yeah.
Getting on every 12. There you go. Yeah. Well, that's Mark stopping that, but
yeah, solid 8, I think.
Yeah.
Competent
give that
track.
an 8. Yeah, definitely.
I'm an 8.5 on that.
Oh, really?
8.5. Nice one. Cheers.
Hard trance is not my thing, really, but I'm loving the journey that Stephen's on. Like literally, I might even do a special on him just to show.
Totally. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
You know the difference in.
We'll get him over my studio and we'll do it.
Yeah. Just chat about it.
Because he's only down the road, isn't he?
You did that before.
With
about 6 or 8 of us, because one of the people you spoke about was me.
Yes, yeah.
About an hour talking about
CLOWNFEST. Yeah.
You've seen progress.
Yeah. You're definitely one. And actually, you've just segued nicely into let's listen to Jen's track.